start of any Black Bear this season. That's really saying something, considering the team's got a team ERA of just 3. As Miles Davis went 7 scoreless, surrendering no runs, just 1 hit, 1 walk, and 1 hit batter. He had a perfect game going into the 7th and a no-hitter going into the 8th inning before he was pulled. He had 12 strikeouts in his last start as a Black Bear this summer and was simply sensational. Brock Bozette also contributed well, with a couple of base hits of his own, knocking in a pair of runs, and that led to a 4-0 victory, the second game in a row that the Black Bears had shut out the Pippins here. It was the first time in Pippins history they had been shut out in back-to-back games. And the Black Bears had not shut out opponents in back-to-back games, and not had 2 games in a row blanking opponents since August 1st and August 5th of 2011. And that was against the Kitsap Blue Jackets, and then the second game was against Walla Walla. It was a 2-0 and 1-0 victory, August 1st and August 5th of 2011 for them. So it's been a long time, almost a decade since that's happened, and now the Black Bears looking to get their 3rd shutout in a row. They've held the Pippins down pretty well to just an 0.71 average, a 119 on base, and an 0.71 slugging. They only have 4 hits in the past couple of games, and only have had a couple of walks in there as well. So the Black Bears doing well and playing Black Bears baseball. Fast games, just enough offense to get anybody in to score. And at the same time, just continuing to be lights out on the mound. They had Kelly Austin on Friday. They had Miles Davis yesterday. Now Isaac Martinez, another one of their top starters going. He does not have a win so far this year, but he's pitched well in 3 starts as a starter. 14 and a third innings pitched, a 1.88 ERA, 10 Ks to 4 walks, and a 1.33 whip. And he's a left-handed pitcher from the University of California, San Diego. I believe in the bullpen today we'll see Carter Sutton as well, and maybe get our first look at another new player that the Black Bears just picked up from the University of Portland, Liam Hadakanaka, left-hander. So although Yakima do have a very right-handed heavy lineup,
all right, now big round of applause for today's
we'll probably see a little bit from Hadakanaka, as going up against the Black Bears will be Seth Kuykendall, and he's been another one of their top starters. Now Yakima do not have the best pitching staff in the league. They have the 6th ERA, from top to bottom. The batting average are 9th place, batting average against at 258, and the slugging average against at 370. That's also 9th place. But Kuykendall has been good, 1-2 with a 3.47 ERA in 6 games, all starts, 28 strikeouts, just 6 walks, and a 1.43 ERA. As now it's time for the national anthem here at David Story Field.
Please welcome out now Ruby Hart.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Wow, good job, Ruby.
And a rousing rendition by Ruby Hart. And with that, the end of the national anthem means the beginning of baseball here at David Story Field. Lineups, first pitch and more right after this on KDO and on YouTube. So here we go, getting ready to kick things off here at David Story Field. Once again, my name is Zach Smolin, coming at you live from the campus of Lower Columbia College in Longview, Washington. As the Black Bears looking for this 3-game sweep against Yakima Valley. They've outscored them 9-0 in this series, and it's a big deal because the Pippins came into this series averaging 6 runs a game, and so far, Kelly Austin and Miles Davis in the bullpen have been able to neutralize them, and now Isaac Martinez will try to pick up right where they left off. Again, Martinez from the University of California, San Diego, 5'9", 180 pounds from Glendora, California, is 0-0 with a 2.04 ERA, counting non-league games, 16 strikeouts to 4 walks, a 1 whip in 17 2/3 innings pitched. This is his 6th game, his 4th start. And in his last appearance, he went 2 innings, surrendered 1 earned run on just 2 hits, 3 walks, and in a relief appearance against the Corvallis Knights. And the left-hander for the Black Bears will be going up against this Yakima Valley lineup. Spencer Marenko is the second baseman. He'll lead things off with Blake Dickman, the catcher, hitting second. Batting third is Noah Williamson. He's out there in right with Willie Lajoie, the first baseman, cleaning things up. The DH Chaz Myers hits fifth with Mason Marenko, the third baseman, in the 6th spot. Batting 7th is Austin Plante, the left fielder, with Chase Graves in center, hitting 8th. And rounding out the order, batting 9th, is Bryce Martin Gredzalonic. He is the shortstop. So here comes Spencer Marenko to the plate. Marenko hitting .218, 12 for 55, 4 doubles, 3 runs batted in. Martinez is ready. Marenko is ready. Let's do it here in Longview, and the first pitch is a ball away. And the count 1-0 at 1:08 p.m. Martinez, the lefty, throws from the extreme third base side of the rubber against the right-handed hitting Marenko, who hits one off the end of the bat over to Matty Fung, the second baseman. He fires to first and puts him away for out number 1. So this is the first game of this series that a Black Bear starter has not struck out a Yakima Valley Pippin, as the Black Bears have struck them out 28 times over these last 2 games. So now Blake Dickman to the plate. He's moved up. He's been hitting in the 3 spot, and now they put him up to number 2. He's hitting .267, 16 hits, 60 at-bats, 3 triples, 2 homers, and 13 RBI, as that pitch is inside 1-0. Your umpires today, John Pullen is behind the plate, and Chad Little is out in the field as the 1-0 is away. Dawson Martin tries to pull it in, 2-0. So far, Martinez, 4 pitches, just 1 of them for strikes, and that was the dribbler over to Fung, the second baseman. As the 2-0, breaking ball, misses high. 3 balls and no strikes. And a great officiating crew out here today. This is the 3rd time the Black Bears have had them, and every single time it's been against a North opponent. Now Martinez is 3-0 and drops the fastball right down Main Street for a strike, so a whole new count now for Dickman. 3-1. A little bit more difficult to handle. So again, Dickman moving up. Noah Williamson will be batting third as Martinez misses away, ball 4, and Dickman works himself a walk. So the first base runner of the game this time comes in the 1st inning rather than in the 7th. That happened yesterday with Miles Davis on the mound, as Noah Williamson will now make his way up there. Williamson came into the series with a .280 average, now hitting at .264. 28 hits and 106 at-bats, 8 doubles, 4 triples, 6 home runs, and 26 runs batted in. Right-handed batter with power. Drafted by the Miami Marlins in the 19th round of this year's MLB draft, as the first pitch runs inside 1-0. Little unusual for Martinez here. A lot of misses so far. Usually throws 67% of his pitches for strikes. That's 3rd on the team. It's 1-0. Outside, 2 balls and no strikes. And additionally, he throws 65.3% of his first pitches for strikes. So just taking a little bit longer to get going here in today's contest. Pitching has been the name of the game for the Black Bears in the first 2 games. Shepard holding Dickman on the bag as Martinez winds, fires, and there's a strike on the outside corner. 2 balls and 1 strike coming on up to him. Cowlitz currently in first place in the Southern Division, tied with Bend at identical 2-0 records. They're 18-16-1 overall, including non-league games, and 12-14 in the West Coast League. So 2-1. Breaking ball, no. Low and in, 3-1. So Martinez hasn't really missed badly on many of his pitches. He's been right around the plate. That's to move things over just about an inch or so in all directions. As the 3-1 is fouled back off of Martin's glove and into the backstop. 3 balls and 2 strikes. So while he gets a new baseball, let's meet the Black Bears defense this afternoon. We have Sean Mulcair making his first start in left field for the Black Bears. Johnny Radomski in center. He's also making his first start over there. And Jace Bailey in right field. Brock Bozet's at third with Matthew Schwartz manning shortstop. Matty Fung playing second base and Jaden Shepard holding the runner on at first. Dawson Martin's behind the plate with Isaac Martinez on the mound. Is 3-2. He got him. Strike 3. Isaac Martinez freeze frames Noah Williamson, and he's sent down looking for out number 2. So 2 away. Here's Willie Lajoie, a 243 hitter. And that is now Williamson's 6th strikeout in 7 at-bats this series against the Black Bears. So Lajoie with a home run, 4 doubles, a triple, and 15 runs batted in. Rolls over one foul on the left side. Riku Nishida giving chase. Ooh, a fan in a straw hat, just missing that ball. See if Riku decides to give it to him. 0-1 the count now to Lajoie. Martinez keeping Dickman close over there at second base. Dickman with 1 steal and 2 attempts as the off speed for Martinez misses below the knees. 1 ball and 1 strike. Dwell's got that open stance, those orange cleats in there as well. Good look, delightfully contrasting with the light green as he belts one high and deep to left. This one continues to carry Mulcair, and that one is gone. Willie Lajoie takes one to the Bob's Sporting Goods party deck, and those are the first runs scored by Yakima in this series, a 2-run home run. And the Pippins are on the board with a 2-0 lead. So Lajoie from Chico State gives them their first lead of the series as Chaz Myers comes on up. Myers top 2 in average on the team as he takes one low and away, 1-0. Sitting 296, 24 hits, 81 at-bats, 19 runs scored, 11 doubles. And 7 runs batted in for him as the base is now clear with 1 down. Martinez delivers, or rather 2 down, and gets a swing and a miss. 1 ball and 1 strike. Two runs on just that 1 hit, the home run. The ball does carry a little bit better here in the afternoon rather than at night, as the wind is at a dead standstill out in left field. And now the count 1 ball and 2 strikes.
This summer, make sure you build with
so now
311 Pine Street.
I think time was called there by Chaz Myers, but the umpire does not have to grant you time. So he's having a conversation with John Poland, but again, if you call time in the box, the umpire does not have to give it to you. You have to wait for it. So that pitch was on the outside corner. Myers said he wasn't ready for it, but once you step in, you got to be awake and alert in there. So now a 1-2 coming up with 2 away. And Martinez deals down and inside. Try to catch that spot. That was his 20th pitch. And only 9 have gone for strikes. Still getting loose. And he deals the next one laced and foul. So we'll do the 2-2 all over again. The home run from Lajoie was 332 feet out there and left at 91.3 miles an hour and a launch angle of 34 degrees. Thank Bob and John for giving us that information. As the 2-2 cranked and foul again, this time on the left side. 1 hops near the concession area. Decently sized crowd here for an early Sunday afternoon game. Celebrating our sponsors, Peace Health. It's also a kids 12 and under getting free day as the 2-2 change up outside. 3 balls and 2 strikes from Martinez. Isaac, not so sharp early on. Around the plate, and then he hung one for Lajoie, but let's see if the Black Bears can answer with some power of their own when it's their turn. Payoff pitch is high and away. Ball 4. Second walk of the inning for Martinez. In Isaac's last start against Portland, he only walked 2 batters, struck out 2, allowed 6 hits, and allowed 2 earned runs over 4. So Mason Marenko batting 6 today. He'll come on up. Right-hander hitting .226, 14 hits and 62 at-bats, a double, a home run, and 10 runs batted in as Martinez misses again inside, 1-0. Myers is trying to flinch over there and get Martinez his head out of the game as he misses low, 2-0. Now, we'll say Riku Nishida does the same thing over there at second base. Myers has 3 stolen bases in the season on 3 attempts. The season stolen base total for the Pippins, they're 33 for 39. That's 84% as Martinez's breaking ball high, 3-0. So another 3-ball count for Martinez early on. Still in the top of the first. With 2 down. Short lead for Myers as he's hopping around over there. And Martinez deals. There's the fastball strike, 3-1. So he's trying to fight back in there. And Corey Keir, the pitching coach of the Black Bears, is already about a step outside of the dugout. And if Martinez walks him, he'll be giving him a quick chat. 3-1. Hit in the air to right center field. Radomski ranging over, continues to hustle and makes the grab for the final out of the inning. But Yakima finally score in this series. They score 2 runs on 1 big hit, no errors, and leave 1 aboard. Let's go to the bottom of the first. Yakima Valley 2, Black Bears nothing. And Cowlitz coming to bat in the bottom of the first right here on KEDO and on YouTube. Bottom of the first inning now, and starting on the mound is Seth Kuykendall of the Yakima Valley Pippins. He's having himself a pretty good year for them. Another solid starter. 1-2 with a 3.47 ERA. This is his 7th game, 7th start. And in 33 2/3 innings pitched, he has struck out 28 to just 6 walks and allowed 42 hits. He has a 1.43 whip and did really well in his last start. Only giving up 3 runs, but on 8 hits, 4 strikeouts in just 4 innings. The one before, though, went 7 against Walla Walla to pick up his first win. As he'll face off against this Cowlitz Black Bears lineup today. Brock Posette, the third baseman, will lead off with Matty Fung, the second baseman, in the second spot. Queso Gata, the DH, will hit third with the cleanup man, catcher Dawson Martin. Matthew Schwartz will play shortstop in the 5 spot with Sean Mulcair, the left fielder, hitting 6th. Batting 7th is Jaden Shepard, the first baseman, with Johnny Radomski in center field, hitting 8th. And rounding it out will be Jace Bailey, the switch hitter, and right field, batting 9th. Bozette typically in the 2 spot, but now back in the leadoff role that we've seen him be in a few times as he hits one high and deep to left. This one is really carrying well. There it goes. It's gone. Brock Bozette answers Willie Lajoie's home run with one of his own, his 2nd of the season. And Bozette now with 21 runs batted in, slices the deficit in half. It's a 2-1 ball game. Nice catch by that fan out there wearing orange.
Delayed on the drop.
And Bozette slams the first pitch he sees to the seats.
That was number 1, Maddie Fung.
Maddie Fung fouls that one away, 0-1. So Fung stepping on up. He is hitting 180, 11 hits and 61 at-bats as he hits one deep into right center, and that'll go for extras. Fung rounds first, heads for second. Here comes a throw from Williamson. It is not in time. Back-to-back extra base hits for the Black Bears as they are off and running here in the bottom of the first inning.
Welcome up now, number 25, Case O.
And Case Ogata looking to keep making things happen here. Case is on a 4-game hitting streak. He has multi-hit games in 2 of his last 3. He's got his average up to 258, 17 hits and 66 at-bats. 2 doubles, a triple, 2 home runs, and 11 batted in as he turns that one inside out, foul on the right side, 0-1. Ogata another power bat, and again, with the lack of wind today, ball should be flying out of here. Short dimensions at David Story as Ogata hits one hard, foul, and just getting out of the way is Aaron Matthews, the third base coach. So here at David Story, it's 306 down the left field line, 342 in the left center power alley to dead center. It's 387, and down the right field line, it is 326. For those of you wondering, there is no discernible distance marker over in right center field. So now an 0-2 coming up to Ogata after back-to-back extra base hits. He deals, and this is rolled over to third. Picked up by Marenko. Takes a couple steps, fires high to first, but Lajoie keeps his foot on the bag and is there for out number 1. And the defense for the Pippins today is as follows. Austin Plante, game 1's DH, is in left field with Chase Graves in center. Noah Williamson moves from center field over to right. From first to third, we have Willie Lajoie, Spencer Marenko, Bryce Martin Grudzelanek, and Mason Marenko. And behind the plate is Blake Dickman as Dawson Martin makes his way on up there. Martin hitting 189, 10 hits and 53 at-bats as the runner goes, and Martin is plunked. And unfortunately for Fung, he's got to go back to second base as the ball is dead. Martin hit up and in, and Black Bears got hit a lot yesterday. Now, nobody got injured, but Henry Mensch was hitting the wrist, and Jacob Stinson was hitting the ankle. So they're getting days off today, just out of an abundance of caution. I was talking to both of them today. They said they were good to go. Can never be too careful down the stretch, especially with those two, the top 2 batting average hitters in the lineup. Now Matthew Schwartz, the typical 9-hitter for the team, comes on up and takes a breaking ball inside for a strike. But Schwartz is batting 9 more as a second leadoff type of deal. He's a talented batter, hitting .264 this season. Leads the team in singles with 20, has 24 hits and 91 at-bats. 2 doubles, 7 runs batted in, and an on-base percentage of .340, slugging .286 as he takes one inside, 1-1 to the LCC shortstop. So Khaled's doing their job out here and bouncing right back, getting one of those runs off a solo shot by Brock Bozette, and now in a good spot right here. Just one out. There goes Fung. It's a double steal attempt. They're going to try for second. Throw. Not in time as Martin was able to slide under it. So the double steal works to perfection. Fung goes over to third and Martin to second base. I believe that's Dawson Martin's second stolen base, or first stolen base of the season for Matty Fung. That's number 3. And Kyle Crustangle gonna go out there and have a talk with Chad Little about what's going on there. The throw definitely beat Martin, but the question was whether or not the tag got there in time. Feasibly from back here, it looks like he could have slid under it, and that's what Chad Little said. So he's going to get a chance to say his piece, but ultimately this call is probably going to stand, and Matthew Schwartz will get a chance with a 2-1 count, 2 men on, and just one away. A base hit gives his team the lead. And take a quick look around the West Coast League right now. I don't think that there's going to be much other action, as there's only one other game that started at 1:05. That's Corvallis and Portland, and the Knights lead the Pickles by a score of 1-0. That's just in the bottom of the first inning. Walla Walla will take on Port Angeles at 1:35, and Bellingham will play Bend at Vince Guenna at 5:05 p.m. That's a game for the Black Bears to keep an eye on, as they're tied for first with the Bend Elks for first in the divisions. The 2-1, Schwartz taps one up the middle, stopped by Kuykendall, and that'll prevent a run from coming in. So 1-3 on the play, and there's now 2 down here in the bottom of the first inning. And coming up is Sean Mulcair, the second lefty in the Cowlitz order.
Up to bat now is number 7, Sean Mulcair.
And for Mulcair, he had a multi-hit game in his last appearance. That was against Corvallis in a 5-1 loss. He got his average up to 193 there. 11 hits in 57 at-bats, 2 doubles, a home run, and 6 driven in as he takes one outside, 1-0. Kuykendall, despite all the commotion, has only used 12 pitches this inning. He's been fairly accurate as well, 8 for 12 over the plate. That's 66.7% is the 1-0. To Mulcair, is driven in the air to center field. Going back on it near the track is Graves, but he makes the grab to send him down for the final out of the inning. 1 run on 2 hits for the Black Bears, though, and 2 left on base, no errors, as well as we now head into the top of the second inning. Yakima Valley 2, Cowlitz 1, and the Pippins coming to bat right here on YouTube and KEDO.
Okay.
Top of the second inning now. Plante, Graves, and Martin Gredzelanek all headed on up. That is 7-9 as Isaac Martinez looks to smooth things over a little bit. Used 29 pitches in that first inning. Only allowed the 1 hit, but the pair of walks and the home run are what hurt him. As the Black Bears look to throw up another 0 on the board after 18 consecutive scoreless innings from their pitching staff against Yakima Valley to start the series. First pitch to the lefty is a strike, 0-1. Plante against the Black Bears went 0 for 3 with a strikeout in game 1. As Martinez deals, misses downstairs, 1-1. Plante overall this season, struggling at the plate, just 2 hits and 41 at-bats, an 0.49 average. Has knocked in 3 though, and walked 9 times. As the next one is strike, 1-2. This is the only lefty that he'll face in the lineup today, so he needs to take advantage here. As the 1-2 tumbles a little too far down. 2 balls and 2 strikes, a little too much extra mustard on that breaking ball. Looks like Martinez is trying to throw a little harder than usual. A lot more violence in his delivery, but it worked that time as Plante foul tips that one into the glove of Martin and puts him away for out number 1. For strikeout number 2 for Martinez today, as Chase Graves will mosey his way on up to the right-hander's batter's box. Graves hitting 197, 14 for 71, 10 runs scored, a double, a triple, 2 home runs, and 8 runs batted in, as Martinez misses down and out, 1-0. 2-1 Black Bears trail here in the top of the second inning. And both teams with a home run. As this is tapped, gets under that ball, or rather way on top of it, my mistake. And ooh, a nice little soccer stop by the Cowlitz ball boy. Hey, I guess that's part of your training. You just got to stop it as quickly as you can, and well, he got the job done that time. So now 1-1 coming on up. Next one for Martinez. Ooh, just a little low. Martin tried to pull it up. 2-1. Graves is 0 for 4 in the series against the Black Bears with 3 strikeouts. And the 2-1. There's a strike on the outside corner. Got him with the fastball that time, and that's what he was looking for before. And getting ready to go now with the 2-2. And it's a little high and outside. Try to clip him on the corner, but just missed his spot. Another full count for Martinez. One down. That was off a strikeout against Plante. On deck is Martin Grudzelanek, the son of former Major Leaguer Mark Grudzelanek, as Martinez goes with the change away and gets a hack and a miss from Graves. Strikeout number 3 for him. The Black Bears have now struck out 31 Pippins
Up now, number 35,
in this series.
Martin Grudzelanek.
Martin Grudzelanek comes on up, hitting .214, 6 hits, 28 at-bats, a pair of doubles, and 3 runs batted in. In the series, he's 0 for 3. That was in game number 1. First offering to him, a little down, and the count 1-0. Martinez can get an out here in the next couple of pitches. His pitch count will still be in good shape. He's at 41 right now. He's only used 12 in the inning, as the fastball now way outside, 2-0. And now a long look from Isaac. The 2-0. There's the fastball strike. 2 balls and 1 strike coming on up to Martin Grudzelanek. And he's going to UCLA this year, so he'll be a teammate of Kelly Austin's. Also, Alex Fernandez will be there. So they'll get an opportunity to play together, and I'm sure they're happy to have Kelly Austin on their team instead of playing against him. Now Grudzelanek gets one on the outside corner. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Top 2 with 2 down. Bases are still empty. Martin sets up down and away. He delivers. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. And Isaac Martinez answers that first inning by striking out the side here in the bottom of the second. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left aboard. Let's go to the bottom of the second inning. Black Bears coming to bat, trailing by 1 right here on KEDO and on YouTube. Bottom second, Shepard, Radomski, Bailey, all coming up. That's 7-8-9 as the Black Bears were able to add a run in the bottom of the first off the bat of Brock Bozette, his 2nd home run of the season. On the first pitch he saw, and some power bats coming up here. Shepard, he's got a home run this season. That's just Jace Bailey. And Johnny Radomski trying to up that average in there as well, but Shepard will get things started here. Power hitting first baseman, also with a Gold Glove caliber fielding ability.
Number 32, Jaden Shepard.
And yeah, Shepard is certainly capable of those onomatopoeia-inducing hits, that's for sure. Likes to barrel them up. First one, there's one. He cranks it into left, but right at Plante as he barreled that one up hard and is sent down for out number 1. And that was a noisy out. So now here comes Johnny Radomski to the plate. Radomski hitting 111. 5 hits, 45 at-bats. Does have 2 triples, though. That's time for the team lead as he laces one foul on the right side, hooking and just missing the Pippins bullpen. So it's right over on the track in the count 0-1. So Radomski hitting 111, but his on base is up at 281, so he does draw his fair share of walks. He has 7. As Kuykendall misses low, 1-1. Radomski's got 1 run batted in. Teammates with Keegan Wright, the bullpen arm for the Black Bears, both at San Diego Christian College. As this hit in the air over on the right side. Marenko battling the sun, can't see it, and that's going to drop in for a base hit. Well, the sun is a little tough out here today. And Radomski catches a break there. He gets a pop-up single. Marenko not wearing sunglasses and might have to go to the dugout and grab some now. As Jace Bailey comes up with a man on and just 1 away. Bailey hitting 152, 7 hits and 46 at-bats, 4 runs scored. A double, a home run, and 4 runs batted in. Switch hitter, batting from the left-handed side, scoops one into straightaway center field. Graves does not have to move at all, was hit right at him as Bailey is sent down for out number 2. So the 2 hardest hit balls of the inning have both been outs, and the one that went straight up in the air was the one that landed for a hit. Well, you can't predict baseball, that's for sure. Brock Bozette comes on up for the second time. Bozette is 1 for 1 with a solo shot into left field. Second on the team with those 2 bombs and still first place with 20 runs batted in. Kuykendall now from the stretch. The slide step delivery, and Bozette was looking for another home run there, 0-1. Took a big hack at that one. Bozette hitting 255 heading into the game. Leads the team with 14 walks, and he has a 346 on-base percentage as they look over, not in time. I think Kuykendall's family is here. We can definitely hear him over the crowd mics. We had Miles Davis's family today, and now the Pippins starting pitcher sitting right below us as the 0-1 high and outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. We're in the bottom of the second with 2 down. Pippins 2, Black Bears 1. As Cowlitz looking for their first series sweep of the season. And the 1-1 squares around a bunt, pulls back, and that's going to be called the ball, so good reflexes there. Bozette does lead the team with 4 bunt hits this year. Incredibly talented fielder and hitter from Spokane Falls Community College. Hometown boy over there from Spokane, and a very integral part of this Black Bears squad as this breaking pitch tumbles right in for a strike. Now 2-2 with 2 away. Radomski has 2 stolen bases and 3 tries. Let's see if they send him here with the 2-strike count. And Kuykendall delivers, bounces in front of the plate, and Dickman just able to get in front. So payoff coming on up to Bozette. The Black Bears will close out this series, and then we'll have tomorrow off before welcoming Portland for a crucial 3-game set. That's 3 of only 6 division games in the second half for the Black Bears. And you get your tickets at CowlitzBlackBears.com as the runner goes. Bozette spoils it and fouls it right in and out of the box and keeps it a 3-2 count. And those games against Portland, all of them at 6:35 p.m. You can get all the action at KEDOAM.com, on KEDO, or on YouTube, the Cowlitz Black Bears page. And Radomski goes again to 3-2, and once again, Bozette able to get on top of it and foul it away. Trying to put together a tough at-bat. Kuykendall breezing through here so far. Only 25 pitches used, 17 for strikes. Bozette doesn't make it easy on anybody. Great option at the top of the order. Dickman sets up down and in now. So runner goes, and it's taken for ball 4. So Bozette works his 15th walk of the year. And will make space for Matty Fung, who's 1 for 1 with a double. Fung now has 3 doubles on the season, and if he gets another one right here, he'll get his 4th run batted in with the speedy Radomski on second base. Lefty against the right-handed tossing Kuykendall, a pitch to contact guy. Tries to get a lot of ground balls. As the first one to Fung, it's a fastball away, 1-0. John Poland's been consistent with the zone, not too much off the plate, if anything. Both teams making the adjustment here, and hey, they both tattooed a lot of baseballs that have been over the plate. Strike throwers on either side as the 1-0, also high and outside, 2-0. Hitters count and hitters spot here for Cowlitz. Come into the game hitting just 196 with runners in scoring position, but this series hitting 227. As now the 2-0, 3-0. It's Kuykendall missing in the same spot he did with the first offering and in danger of walking the bases loaded for Case Ogata, who really packs a punch up there. So Kuykendall looking to avoid that, and the Black Bears trying to take their first lead of the game. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 down, or rather 3-0. And now there's a strike. Or did I miss a strike in there? I thought they were all. I did miss a strike. All right. Sometimes the scoreboard and me don't mesh up. So now it's Deuces Wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. He deals. Fung lifts one and into shallow left. Plante races in. He's got his shades on, and he's able to make the grab above his head for the final out of the inning. No runs for the Black Bears on 1 hit. No errors. 2 left to board. Top of the 3rd coming on up. The Pippins coming to bat, leading it 2-1 right here on your home for Black Bears baseball, KEDO and YouTube. Here we are in the top of the 3rd inning, a 2-1 ball game as Isaac Martinez bounced back from giving up 2 runs on that home run in inning number 1 and struck out the side. Now we'll go back up against the top of the order in Spencer Marenko, Blake Dickman, and Noah Williamson to try to put another 0 spot on the board to give the offense some more chances. For the 2nd game in a row, Yakima Valley wearing their green apple jerseys with Pippins written across the front and dark green block letters trimmed in white numbers on the back. Gray pants with dark green socks and dark green batting helmets, as well as dark green caps with the Yakima Valley Pippins V right there on the front as the first pitch from Martinez, a ball, 1-0. Open stance for Marenko. He's 0 for 1 with the ground out to Fung as the next one is hitting the air to right. Giving chase is Bailey, hustling with those long strides, and that's going to land foul over in the Pippins bullpen, 1-1. The Black Bears on the other side wearing their black jerseys with orange piping, the Cowlitz Black Bears C, prominently displayed on the top left lapel and trimmed in white. Same style for the numbers on the back, orange trimmed in white. White pants with a thick orange stripe piping on the outer parts of the left and right legs. Black socks and green caps with the Cowlitz Black Bear C in white with an orange Black Bear filling it out as the 1-2 count coming on up to Marenko. And he deals off the end of the bat and squibbed high and foul out of play and actually out of the ballpark backwards. And one young fan in particular really making a good hustling effort to get in and out of there. And the 1-2. Foul tipped, and Martin's got it. Strike 3. Dawson Martin with another caught foul tip today. Showing off the defense as Isaac Martinez has got strikeout number 5 of the afternoon. So really, aside from that home run,
Good job. All right, up now is number
5
12,
strikeouts and
Dickman.
2 walks for him, and that's really it as Blake Dickman comes on up. Dickman is one of those walks. Comes in with the open stance, shin guard on the left leg. First pitch is a strike, 0-1. Dickman from UC San Diego, so a battery mate of Isaac Martinez over there from Littleton, Colorado. He's 6'3", 205 pounds. As the next one from Martinez, he got it on the outside, and Martinez now starting to feel it. He's been dealing the last 2 innings. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 down. Bases empty. He rocks and delivers the next one in the dirt, blocked by Martin. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Dawson Martin, one of the best defensive catchers in the league. Great at framing pitches, has a rocket of an arm, and as we saw today, also excels at catching foul tips as that one high and outside, 2-2 off the Martinez fastball. Black Bears have not swept a series so far this year, but the last time that they had the Pippins in the series in 2019, they swept them, as Martinez has now struck out 5 in a row. 1 swinging here on Dickman, and there's 2 away.
All right, up now is number 40, Noah Williamson.
And Noah Williamson steps up. Williamson is 0 for 7 in this series with 6 strikeouts. And he's got that green apple green batting tape on his bat up there. As the first pitch from Martinez misses outside, 1-0. Yeah, Williamson, who, again, was drafted from this team to the Miami Marlins organization, but having trouble hitting here at David Story. Shaking things up a little. Instead of in the cleanup spot, he's now hitting third and also playing right instead of center as Martinez nails that changeup inside, 1-1. 1 run on 3 hits, no errors, 4 left for the Black Bears. For Yakima Valley, 2 runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. And Martinez again missing away, 2-1. Yakima Valley 17-12 overall this season, 2-3 in the second half. They did win the North Division, so they have their playoff spot clinched after the first half. As Martinez gets a strike at the belt, 2-2. And now the Pippins are a game behind the Walla Walla Sweets for first in the second half. The Black Bears, of course, in first, tied with the Bend Elks. And a half game up on Portland and 1 game ahead of both the Knights and the Raptors as Martinez rifles one, but low, below the shoe tops of Williamson. So now the count full, 3-2. Williamson has not even reached base in the series. Has a chance to now with a 3-2 count. The payoff pitch is high and outside. Ball 4. So Williamson on base for the first time in the series as Willie Lajoie, the entire offense for Yakima Valley this game, steps on up. He's 1 for 1 with a home run. Lajoie hit home run number 18 of the season for his squad as Williamson takes a lead off the bag at first base. First pitch from Martinez, fastball right down Main Street for a strike, 0-1. And the ball carrying a lot better today without what the pitchers call the Longview force field in the outfield. Now a little bit of wind breezing in as Lajoie fouls that one back, 0-2. Yeah, it's hurricane, gale force, tornado force, whatever you want to call it, winds coming in from the outfield typically, but in the afternoon it's not as bad, so it becomes a little bit more of a hitter's ballpark. No balls, 2 strikes now with 2 down. Martinez checks the runner. That was his 3rd walk of the game. Runner goes, and the pitch is low. Martin gets up, fires, and that'll sail into the outfield. But Williamson able to get over to second base, and now the count 1-2. So Williamson now with his 4th stolen base in 6 tries this year. Runner in scoring position for Yakima Valley. Again, Lajoie at the plate. Behind in the count, 1-2. And Martinez delivers. Hit in the air over to right field. Shepard gingerly runs over, but that's going way foul and out of play. And we'll keep it 1-2. Khaled's pitching staff, best in the league with a ERA of exactly 3. And a 1.26 whip that's tied for first with the Portland Pickles. 1-2, and the breaking ball just under it as Lajoie fouls it back 1-2. Khaled's also with a .221 batting average against that's tied for third best. Only 9 home runs allowed, that's tied for first in the league, and a .292 slugging average against. And that is first in the league. Of course, they gave up the home run today, so they probably dropped to second now in that category. Unless Portland gives one up. As a 1-2. Again, laced hard and foul. Ooh, just spinning out of the way is Wilson Weber, who's over in the corner. He's got some great reflexes. Weber, a catcher, but a great athlete. He'll be going to Oregon State after the end of the season. Not in the starting lineup today, but maybe late in the game we'll get a pinch hit appearance if the situation calls for it. So after 3 foul balls, another 1-2 coming into Lajoie, and he delivers, fouls it back. Just able to get a piece of those off-speed pitches as Martinez smiling over to his catcher, Martin. 68 pitches in the game already for Martinez in the top of the third with 2 down. And instead of the 1-2, kicks in, checks back on Williamson, making sure he stays close to the bag, and Matty Fung holding him on, giving him a couple signs. Shakes off the first couple of pitches, and now he's locked in with Martin. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Squats, come set. And Martinez fires. Low, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Lajoie now going to have at least a 9-pitch at-bat now, with Chaz Myers waiting on deck. The Black Bears hoping that he ends up leading off the next inning. And now the 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball. He got him. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. So Martinez wins the 9-pitch battle and sends him down for the final out of the inning. Martinez with 7 Ks. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 left to board. Bottom of the third coming on up with the Black Bears coming to bat, trailing by 1 right here on KEDO and 99.1 FM, 1400 AM, KEDO Longview Kelso, and on the Khaled's Black Bears YouTube channel. Leading it off will be Case Ogata, Dawson Martin, and Matthew Schwartz, a trio of righties against Seth Kuykendall. Here in the bottom of the third, a 2-0 Pippins lead on the Black Bears as Khaled's looking to jump ahead for the first time. Their only run was a solo shot off the bat of Brock Bozette. As Ogata trying to extend his 4-game hitting streak, he grounded out sharply to the third baseman Mason Marenko in his first trip to the plate. Kuykendall only 31 pitches so far through his first 2, 20 for strikes. First offering to Ogata is a breaking ball with the bottom falling right out of it, dropping in at the belt, 0-1. And the 0-1 to Ogata, cut on and missed. At the high changeup now, 0-2.
It's your shot for your next Next new or pre-owned.
Ogata with plenty of power. That's why he's in the 3 spot today, especially with Stinson, Mortensen, and Mensch all out of the lineup. 0-2, and fouls that one away. Tried to catch up with the breaking ball and hits a foul. Stopped by Dawson Martin, who hits it over to the bat boy. So another 2-strike count coming up to Case. His family have come here from Boise, Idaho to watch him play, and they've been treated to some good performances by him. And so look to keep that going here. Now a 1-2 count, fastball high and tight. And the 1-2. Breaking ball, Ogata rips one, and on the ground to Marenko. Fields fires high to first, but it sinks a little bit into Lajoie's glove, and he's sent down for the first out of the inning. So another hard hit ball by Ogata, but right there was Marenko, and there's one away for Dawson Martin. Kuykendall, pitch to contact kind of guy.
Number 16, Dawson Martin.
He took that a little too literally the last time he faced Dawson Martin as he plunked him on the shoulder. But not a lot of strikeouts. He gets a ton of ground balls, as we see with that sharp curveball that he's got. First one, and there is that curve on the outside, 0-1. And a little unusual for a guy like Kuykendall, for a guy of his size to pitch backwards like that. He's 6'3", 185 pounds, but likes to mess around with those off-speed pitches, as he missed now. Off the plate, 1-1. Kuykendall also from Spokane, Washington, so from the same hometown as Brock Bozet and Matthew Schwartz. And it goes to Western Oregon. As Martin fouls it away now, 1-2. Black Bears have hit the ball hard off of him today, but right at a lot of fielders. As now a 1-2 with one down coming up to Martin. Kuykendall deals, and laying off it is Dawson Martin. A great take that time by the Black Bear catcher on what was surely a chase pitch by Kuykendall. Nearly hit the corner, though. And now the 2-2 offering to him is popped up in the air, and that'll go backwards out of play. So we'll do the 2-ball, 2-strike all over again. And of course, we're happy you're tuned in to the Black Bears today, but if for some reason you cannot, or if you are just hungry for more Black Bears action, you can follow them on their social media platforms. Smash that like button on the Cowlitz Black Bears Facebook page. Follow them on Instagram at Cowlitz Black Bears, or on Twitter at Cowlitz B Bears. As Martin takes one down and outside, 3-2 on the Twitter page. We got some bonus content for you. We have pregame lineup graphics. We got scoring updates throughout the game. And now, once in a while, we've got some live highlights. So that's been a lot of fun. Justin Ford doing some good work over to our left, our TV producer, as Martin fouls one on the right side, 3-2. Putting together a tough plate appearance against Kuykendall. And now the payoff pitch to Martin is a stick ball pitch, and Martin able to reach for free for the second time in a row. So Dawson walks. Here comes Matthew Schwartz, 0-1. Hit a nice chopper up the middle, but it was right at Kuykendall, who was able to jump in, get the glove in his hand, or rather the ball in his glove, and
up now, number 4, Matthew Schwartz.
Send him down before a run was able to come in. And the first one to Schwartz, down and away, 1-0, as Kuykendall just right around the plate this inning. Trying to find the zone here as he walked Martin, had a really long count against him. Now I'll have to make something happen against Schwartz as the breaking ball misses down and in, 2-0. So now the command of the fastball and the curveball not really clicking for him in the bottom of the third. Kuykendall with a long look, kicks, fires the 2-0, and there's a strike right on the outside edge, 2-1. Black Bears have certainly cut down on their strikeouts in the past couple of games. They average about 8.8 per contest, but have had very few against this Yakima team. And on the other side, the Black Bears have struck out 35 Pippins. And now 21 innings against them. As Schwartz hits a slow chopper that tumbles over and bounces foul. Ooh, nice play by Aaron Matthews, the third base coach. See, he's still got it. Played 9 years of pro ball in the Toronto Blue Jays and Miami Marlins systems. He was an outfielder, but maybe making a comeback as an infielder. Third base coach just has to move over a little bit more to get on the field. So now a 2-2 count coming up to Schwartz. And Kuykendall delivers. Swing and a miss by Schwartz, and he's sent down on strikes. First strikeout for the Yakima Valley Pippins starter today, and now Sean Mulcair
Up now, number 7, Sean
will be looking to do some damage. 0 for 1 with a hard line out to straightaway center field. On first is Dawson Martin, who picked up his first swipe bag of the year. And the first pitch for Mulcair is lined again into center, a little more shallow this time as Graves runs in and is able to make the grab for the final out of the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, one left to board. Through 3 now, third of the way through the ball game. We go to the top of the 4th. Black Bears trail by 1, and the Pippins coming to bat right here on KEDO and on YouTube.
Liver, you will die from an overdose of vitamin A.
Top of the 4th inning now. 2 for the Pippins, 1 for the Black Bears. Yakima Valley coming back out against Isaac Martinez. They'll send up Myers, Mason Marenko, and Plante. That is 5, 6, and 7. As Martinez, again, after that first inning, has not allowed a run nor a hit. Just that 2-run home run from Willie Lajoie, who was the final batter to get out in the last inning. So they look to keep things rocking. Myers 0 for 0 with a walk today. Martinez going to rectify it right here if he has anything to say about it. Playing in is Bozette, trying to guard against the leadoff bunt as this is popped up in the air. Fung, though, in shallow right, calls everybody off and camps under it to make the catch for out number 1. So that'll help Martinez's pitch count, as he was at 70 entering the inning. 38 strikes and 1 pitch, 1 out for Mason Marenko. Marenko hit one in the air to deep right center, but Radomski making his first start in center field, able to run over and make that grab. First one for Martinez. There's a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. So no shutout today for the Black Bears, but they did have their first back-to-back shutouts since August 1st and August 5th. There were a few days in between. The games were against the now defunct Kitsap Blue Jackets, and then the other one was against the Walla Walla Sweets. Is now an 0-2 on the way. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Isaac Martinez, strikeout number 8 of the afternoon, as he's trying to pursue Kelly Austin and Miles Davis for those strikeout totals. Kelly Austin had 9 in his 7 innings, or his 8 innings, I should say, and Miles Davis had 12 through 7, as the first pitch with 2 outs is swung on and missed by Plante, who struck out his first time, 0-1. Now only 75 pitches from Isaac. Kicks, delivers, and the curve runs too far outside, 1-1. Nice day for baseball here at David Sawyer Field. We've been blessed with some really wonderful weather. 81 degrees and completely sunny. Small breeze coming on in as Martinez missed away, 2-1. Thought it was a little warmer out here today. Probably the wrong day for me to wear my long sleeve shirt. And the 2-1 in the dirt. 3 balls and 1 strike with 2 down and the base is empty. Now Martinez has walked 3 batters today, but the ratio's been helped out by those 8 strikeouts. Trying to get back in control against Plante. Open stance, left-handed batter, faces the 3-1 from Martinez and grounds one right back to the mound, but under Martinez's glove, Schwartz with a tough play, picks it up, and he got him. Austin Plant extended his arms like he was going to be safe, but he was beat by about 1.5 steps as Matthew Schwartz makes a strong throw and puts him down for the final out of the inning. And no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left the board. 1-2-3 for Isaac as we go to the bottom of the 4th. Black Bears coming to bat down by 1, looking to come on back. You are tuned in to Cowlitz Black Bears baseball right here on YouTube and KEDO. Bottom of the 4th inning, Pippins 2, Black Bears 1. It's going to be Jaden Shepard, Johnny Radomski, Jace Bailey all coming on up as the Black Bears trying to make up this 1-run deficit and take another lead in this series. The Pippins have led from the get-go, scoring on a 2-run blast in the first from first baseman Willie Lajoie, and then the Black Bears answered with a solo shot by Brock Bozette, but have not had anything else to show for their offense since then. So it'll be up to 7-8-9. Kuykendall out for a 4th inning of work. He's at a nice tidy 50 pitches, 32 for strikes. That is 64% for the young man.
Now, number 32, Jaden Shepard.
Shepard is 0 for 1, blasted one into left, but on a line caught by Plante. First pitch to him is a high breaking ball taken away, 1-0. Black Bears have out-hit the Pippins today. 3-1 as the 1-0 comes on in, and that's a breaking ball in for a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. On the entire series, the Pippins, with just 5 hits now, counting today's game, to the Black Bears 19 as the 1-1 lifted in the air and foul on the right side. 1 ball and 2 strikes to the Ohlone College first baseman.
Saving your time online at mydreamteeth.com. 1 expert office, 1 painless visit.
And Kuykendall rocks, fires, 1-2, breaking ball, swing and a miss, strike 3. And Shepard cannot hold up that time as he tried to check it, but went too far around, and he's down for out number 1.
Now, number 8, Johnny Radomski.
Now Johnny Radomski coming on up. 1 for 1 with a very unusual base hit. It was a pop-up to shallow right field, but Spencer Marenko unable to make the grab because he was battling the sun. Now I believe he's put some shades on as Radomski takes one up and in for a ball, 1-0. On deck is Jace Bailey, another Idaho native on the Black Bears. It's 1-0. Breaking ball, that's a strike on the inside, 1-1. Kuykendall has really placed that curveball well today, and that's been a big part of his success, only allowing the 3 hits. Induces weak contact with that as the 1-1 curve is another weak grounder, this time to the 3rd baseman. Marenko across the diamond with a laser beam throw and is able to send him down for out number 2.
Stepping up now, number 12, Jace Bailey.
And now with 2 down, here's Jace Bailey, who's 0 for 1 with a fly out into straightaway center field. Hit it hard, but was caught by Graves on the run. Bailey has only been switching for about 2 years, but has been really solid from the left side. He's naturally a right-handed hitter as he waves at and misses that first one, 0-1. I asked him, I said, what's the hardest part about it? And he said, definitely seeing the ball over the plate. It's a whole new perspective, but start to get used to it. That's what I always thought it would be as well. It wouldn't be so much the swinging and the mechanics, but figuring out where the pitches are as he can't catch up to that off-speed offering, 0-2. Headed to the University of Utah after this year. As the 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Kuykendall strikes out the side here in the bottom of the 4th inning to send the Black Bears down in order. 1, 2, 3. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left to board. Let's go to the top of the 5th. Black Bears 1, Pippins 2, and Yakima Valley stepping on up to the plate. You are tuned in to Cowlitz Black Bears Baseball right here on YouTube and KEDO. Isaac Martinez back out there for a 5th inning of work. Pitch count now at 79, only used 9 in the last inning. And he's picked up 8 strikeouts, just the 1 hit allowed, 3 walks, and 2 runs in as the Yakima Valley Pippins lead it by a score of 2-1 on the Black Bears. It's going to be Graves, Martin Gredzelanek, and Spencer Marenko all coming on up as we got some Disney tunes playing over. Graves 0 for 1 with the strikeout today. And the first offering is cut on a miss as Graves went around on the check swing, 0-1. A lot of swings and misses from Martinez today. As almost all of his strikeouts have come of the swinging variety, just the one looking as Graves waves at the next one, 0-2. And this Pippins team does strike out a lot, just a little over 10 times per game. As the 0-2 from Martinez, swing and a miss, strike 3. Martinez with strikeout number 9, and that ties Kelly Austin's total from game number 1 for 2nd in this series from a Black Bears starter.
Up now, number 35, Bryce Martin.
So Martin Gredzelanek comes up. He's 0 for 1. Let's see if Martinez can get to double digits. Bozette playing back behind the bag after hopping around a little bit more in front. Martinez misses low for a ball, 1-0. Trying to decide whether or not to guard against that bunt, but opting to go back as Gredzelanek. They're thinking he's more apt to swing away here. 1-0. Here's a strike right on the inside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Martinez's control wasn't quite there for him in the first inning. Walked a couple of batters, allowed a home run, but since then has settled down drastically. Just 1 walk since then. And no hits allowed as this is grounded over towards the hole on the right side. Fung right there on the run. Flips it over to first, and they got him. Matty Fung with a nice little play over there to his glove side and able to put him down for out number 2.
Up now is number 7, Spencer Marenko.
Leadoff man back up, Spencer Marenko, 0 for 2, a ground out and a strikeout. Only 1 Pippin today has struck out twice. That's Chase Graves. And only one Pippin has not struck out today, and that's Chaz Myers. Marenko is one of those strikeout victims. Foul off the first one, now takes one high and away. 1 ball and 1 strike. Martinez, part of this elite staff for the Black Bears, though they did just take a hit losing Miles Davis after yesterday's game as he's going back home. Liner right at Fung, who catches it right above the shoe tops. And, well, the defense certainly helps you have the best pitching staff of the league as Matty Fung makes a pair of great plays over there at the Keystone. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left aboard. Bottom of the 5th coming up as we're halfway through at David Story Field. Pippins 2, Black Bears 1. Black Bears coming to bat on KEDO and on YouTube. We'll be right back. Bottom 5, Pippins 2, Black Bears 1. Bozette, Fung, Ogata all due up against Seth Kuykendall. And as great as Martinez has been today, Kuykendall has just been a little bit better. Only surrendering the 1 run. It was a solo shot off of Brock Bozette. Just 2 hits after that. Walked 2, hit a batter, but the Black Bears haven't been able to bring any of their other base runners aboard, as we'll check on the line scores right now. Callis, 1 run on 3 hits, no errors, and 5 left. The Pippins, 2 runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 2 left on bases. Bozette has been on base twice, looking to make it 3 in a row. He's 1 for 1 with a solo home run and a walk.
Make some noise now for number 3, Brock Bozette.
And the first offering from Kuykendall is lifted in the air to deep right center, but racing over is Graves near the track, and he makes the grab. Bozette retired for the first time today. There's 1 away. So 1 pitch, 1 out. Bozette does like the swing early. As Matty Fung comes up, has made a couple of nice plays on defense, and now look to add another hit today. He's 1 for 2 with a double and a flyout, and he swings right through that one outside, 0-1. Kuykendall only had 63 pitches, or rather 62, my mistake, 42 for strikes. Only went 4 in his last outing, and that was already eclipsed that as it's down and away, 1-1 for Kuykendall. He's gone more than 4 in all of his other starts. Went 4 2/3 against Ridgefield. That was his second shortest, and has gone at least 6 3 times as Fung tries to square a bunt down and ends up going over towards his dugout. So falls behind now 1-2. And in Kuykendall's 3 starts of 6 or more, he's 1-1 with a no decision in there as well. It's now the 1-2 to Fung. Swing and a miss on the breaking ball. Strike 3. Kuykendall gets another strikeout, number 4 for him today. His most this season is 7. He's done it once. He also had 6 another time as Case Ogata comes up. Been consistent. 2 hard-hit ground balls over to Mason Marenko, who's now back almost on the outfield grass at third base. First pitch to Case. He does not chase, and it's low, 1-0 outside. Cowlitz will have an off day tomorrow, and then the Pickles will come to town for a 3-game series. All games at 6:35 p.m. That'll be right here on YouTube and KEDO. You can also get your tickets at CowlitzBlackBears.com as Ogata takes a fastball strike on the outside edge, 1-1. Bases cleared, 2 down. Kuykendall delivers a curve right on the inside corner. 1 ball and 2 strikes with Dawson Martin waiting on deck. Game has really sped up since the first couple of innings. So now we're in 13 minutes in. 1-2. Ogata lifts one. Over on the left side in shallow left center field. Plante hustling in, battling the sun, and makes the grab above his head for the final out of the inning. So another 1-2-3 for Kuykendall. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left to board. We go to the top of the sixth inning. Black Bears 1, Pippins 2, and Yakima Valley due up to the plate. You are tuned in to College Black Bears Baseball right here on YouTube and KEDO. Top six, Yakima Valley 2, Cowlitz 1. Isaac Martinez back out there for his sixth inning of work. Will face off against 2, 3, and 4, the meat of the Pippins order. Dickman, Williamson, and Lajoie. All three batters capable of doing plenty of damage. Martinez will try to eclipse 4 innings for just the second time, or rather, eclipse 5 innings for just the second time this season. My mistake. He's gotten beyond 4 already today. His longest start came against the Walla Walla Sweets. He went 6 1/3 in a 4-3 victory. Allowed 1 unearned run on 6 hits, 1 walk, and 2 strikeouts. That game ended up going 15 innings, so did not pick up the win nor the loss. As Dickman up 0 for 1 with a walk and a strikeout. First one for Martinez is laced foul on the right side, 0-1. Martinez now has a season high with 9 strikeouts. Before that, he had 6. As the 0-1 is fouled off of his foot now. No balls and 2 strikes to him. Martinez has pitched 2 seasons at UC San Diego. This is grounded through the hole on the left side and in for a base hit. So Dickman was behind in the count and gets just the second hit of the afternoon for Yakima Valley. That goes into left field, and now here comes Noah Williamson, who's 0 for 1 with a strikeout and a walk.
Up now is number 40, Noah Williamson.
So Williamson finally reached base for the first time in this series, but still without a hit, as the first one down and in gets away from Martin, and they're actually going to say that that hit Williamson. And now Williamson going back. So John Poland said it did not hit him, so just a wild pitch there. And Blake Dickman over in scoring position advances on the play. So Williamson trying to pull something that the owner of the organization he got drafted by was known for, and really trying to sell hit by pitches. So I saw Derek Jeter do that many a time growing up in North New Jersey, as Williamson now takes a strike, 1-1. Martinez going back to his old ways of filling the zone up with strikes. 55 pitches of his 93 have crossed the plate. As now the 1-1. There's a strike. Good-looking fastball in the outside corner. Very tough pitch for anybody to hit, and now he's ahead 1-2. Now looking for strikeout number 10 of the ballgame. And Martinez's 1-2 swing and a miss, strike three. Isaac Martinez becomes the second Black Bear this series to get double-digit strikeouts as Williamson goes from faking getting hit by a pitch to being sent back to the dugout on strikes. Here comes Willie Lajoie. And the first one to Lajoie, there's a strike on the inside corner, 0-1. And Isaac Martinez today with these 10 strikeouts, that's the most he's had in his college career, period. Most he had was 6 this season. And he did that in his first outing for the Black Bears and also did it, I'm looking for it, he did it against CSUN on May 28th as this is tapped over to Schwartz. He picks it up on a hop, fires to first, and retires Lajoie for out number 2, but the runner will get on over to third, and a potential third run for Yakima Valley just 90 feet from home. With Chaz Myers coming on up 0 for 1 with a walk and a flyout. He's the only Pippin to not strike out today.
Up now, number 45, Chaz Myers.
Myers with the wide open stance, also a deep knee bend in his left leg. Right-handed batter as the first pitch to him is a little high, and Myers thought about going around, but held his arms back the whole way, 1-0. Black Bears continuing to pick up strikeouts. In this series, and overall, bringing that total way up for him as Martinez delivers a strike inside, 1-1 on the year. Including non-league games, the Black Bears have struck out now 322 opponents. Long pause, squats, come set. Runner on third base is Dickman. And the 1-1. Swung on and hit in the air to straightaway center field. Radomski, though, with a read on it, goes back, makes the grab, and sends him down for the final out of the inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left to board. 6 strong innings for Isaac Martinez as we go to the bottom of the 6th. The Black Bears sending up 4, 5, and 6 to the plate, trailing by 1. You tune in to Cal's Black Bears Baseball right here on YouTube and KEDO. We'll be right back. Bottom of the 6th inning, Pippins 2, Black Bears 1. Dawson Martin, Matthew Schwartz, Sean Mulcair against another inning from Seth Kuykendall. He's only had 69 pitches through 5, so he might be out there for a while, perhaps a 7th, unless the Black Bears can get around on him right here. Martin has been on base 2 times, so let's see if we can do that to lead off this inning. He's 0 for 0. He's been hit by a pitch and walked in today's contest. Righty-lefty for the Black Bears. As Kuykendall rocks, delivers, and a check swing foul ball. Dribbles over towards the on-deck circle on the right side in the Pippins dugout area, 0-1. The Black Bears today with just 3 hits. But Martin's been on base without any of those. So still trying to get the bats going against Kuykendall as this is grounded over to second base. Marenko right there. Scoops it up, fires to first, and just beats Martin, who was hustling hard down the line, and he's put down for the first out of the bottom of the 6th inning. One batter, one out. Matthew Schwartz up. And a sharp grounder and a strikeout. The first strikeout victim of Kuykendall's today. And the first pitch is a ball up and into Schwartz, 1-0. And now Kuykendall has retired at 9 Black Bears in a row as the next pitch is strike on the outside corner, 1-1. So Cowlitz just trying to get anything going. As now the Black Bears warming somebody up in the pen. And Schwartz takes one outside, 2-1. I thought Carter Sutton might be coming out, but now it's the new guy. And it's Liam Hadakanaka. 2-1. 2-2 right there at the knees. Good pitch from Kuykendall. Hadakanaka, a left-hander from the University of Portland, so will be given them essentially a similar look, although he's much taller than Martinez. It's a 2-2, is hit on the ground over to shortstop. Martin Grudzelanek there, fires high to first. He jumps off the bag, but they apply the tag and sends Schwartz down. A close call there after that high throw, but Lajoie able to keep his bearings there as Sean Mulcair comes on up. Mulcair 0 for 1, 2 lineouts to center field. Cowlitz only down by 1. As the first offering is a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Kuykendall with pitch number 53, 77 strikes. And the next one is a breaking ball, same spot, 0-2. Kuykendall has retired 10 Black Bears in a row. See if they can make it 11 here. Black Bears looking to put a stop to that. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. In the bottom of the 6th as Seth kicks, fires, and misses high and away, 1-2. And now somebody up and walking around. Owen Wild was standing up in the bullpen, although I don't see anybody throwing just yet. 1-2. Cut on a missed strike 3 by Mulcair. Ends up on the ground. Dickman there, fires to first, and puts him down for the final out of the inning. The Black Bears have now been retired 11 in a row as they look to keep matching zeros with Kuykendall coming into the next inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left to board. Top 7 coming up. The Pippins leading by 1 and coming to bat right here on your home for Cowlitz Black Bears baseball, KEDO, and on YouTube. Here we go in the top of the 7th inning. Yakima Valley 2, Cowlitz 1, and Isaac Martinez out of the ballgame, making room for the Black Bear debut of Liam Hadakanaka. And before we tell you about him, we will give you the numbers on Martinez. Martinez spins one of his best starts of the season, gives him 6 innings, surrenders just 2 runs, both earned, but those were just in the first inning. On 2 hits, 3 walks, and 10 strikeouts today through 100 pitches. And 61 for strikes as Hadakanaka from the University of Portland side armor comes on in. Out of high school, ranked as the number 3 lefty in the state of Washington. and helped his Bainbridge High School teammates reach the 3A state playoffs 3 years in a row. In 2017, he had an excellent season, going 7-1 with an ERA of .88, 41 strikeouts in 40.2 innings. This season for the University of Portland, the 6'5", 235-pound right-hander
if I ask you to wait
made
1 million seconds,
4 appearances through 5 and a third innings, surrendered 2 runs. They were both earned on just 2 hits, 3 walks, 2 strikeouts, and went to an ERA of 3.38. So now coming on in for Cowlitz, making the debut, and he'll look to pick up where his southpaw starter left off, putting up zeros on the scoreboard from the 2nd through the 6th inning. He'll face off against Marenko, Plante, and Graves, so he will get a left-hander to go against. Hatakanaka sidearm delivery and misses down and outside 1-0. Now, instead of stepping forward, he almost steps towards first base when he delivers the throw, and he falls way off the rubber on that first base side as he deals the next one, bites in, a 1-1, and hey, he's got some pretty filthy stuff out there. Nice addition to the Black Bears' pen. Of course, they've been losing some pitchers. They lost Max Petty, Miles Davis, and Tyson Guerrero recently. Guerrero got drafted, and the other two have gone home after reaching their innings limits for the summer. 2-1 from Marenko in the dirt.
Cash in your pocket. Fiber Family. Banking made easy.
And now the 2-1. Breaking ball on the outside corner. Backdoors him. 2 balls and 2 strikes as he's getting a lot of cut on his fastball. And that'll happen when you throw from that arm slide. You get all sorts of different types of spin and whatnot, and that's why a lot of guys opt to throw that way. As the 2-2 is hit in the air to center field and deep. Radomski going back towards the track near the wall, turns around, and that's going to go off the barn. Doesn't read it well off the barn as this goes in front of him. Here comes Marenko. He's going to stop at third base. It's a leadoff triple for Mason Marenko. And the Pippins in business after their 3rd hit of the ball game. Runner on 3rd, nobody out, and a lefty, Austin Plante, coming on up.
Up now, number 14, Austin Plante.
Plante is 0 for 2. He struck out and grounded out over to the shortstop. Bozette's going to come in to guard against the bunt. As Hatakanaka certainly can guard against anything on the other side. That's where he falls off the plate. First pitch. Ooh, that's a tough one for Plante. Front doored him right at the knees, 0-1. You'll see him keeping it away, but Plante almost has no time to see the baseball because of that release point as he gets him to swing and miss down and in, 0-2. And you can see how Hatakanaka can be a sensational left-handed specialist. As now another ball goes out there from the bullpen, and I think that's one of the new bucks out there. Yeah, that's Mickey Thompson. Plante in danger of striking out for the 2nd time today. No balls, 2 strikes, nobody out, runner on 3rd, and time called. As Hatakanaka crossed up on the signs a little bit with Martin, so we'll have a quick talk about it. And while they discuss, let's take a quick trip around the West Coast League. Of course, this is a 2-1 ball game. Pippins up on the Black Bears. Corvallis lead the Portland Pickles by the score of 3-1 over at Goss Stadium in the bottom of the 6th. And the Walla Walla Sweets lead the Port Angeles Lefties 2-1 in the bottom of the 3rd. That is at Civic Field as the 0-2 cut on a miss, strike 3. So Hatakanaka picks up his first strikeout as a Black Bear, strikeout number 11 of the game for the Pippins, and there's one down here in the top of the 7th inning.
37, Chase Graves.
And now time called, and that's what they had Hatakanaka in for to get the lefty out, and now it's going to be Chase Graves against, I believe, going to be Carter Sutton coming out of the pen, and when we come back, he'll come on out there and try to get these final 2 outs in the top of the 7th inning. So Sutton coming on in, Hatakanaka out, and a 2-1 ball game in the top of the 7th with 1 down. And when we return, we'll be right back at you right here on YouTube and KEDO. Mark, can we get a 2-minute break, please? Thank you. Carter Sutton out there now. Infield in with a runner on third and one away. Up at the plate is Chase Graves. He struck out twice as Sutton misses high. 1-0. So let's give you Carter Sutton's numbers on the season. Reliable relief pitcher for the Black Bears. Can usually give them some length. From Bellevue Community College. This is his 11th appearance. As he squares around Abundance, pops up Jaden Shepard. Oh, just off his glove. And foul. Jaden Shepard, wow. If he would have made that, we would have had to clip it and send it over to the people over in Bristol, Connecticut, that's for sure. Sutton just missed getting a great play from his first baseman. I don't blame him. I mean, the only person who could feasibly make that play is Shepard. So 1-1. Swung on and grounded to short. Schwartz right there, so the infield in keeps the runner at third, and now the 6-3 puts him down for out number 2, and the infielders can move back. So we promised you numbers on Sutton, and here they are. He's 2-1 on the year with a 4.12 ERA, including non-league games in 19 2/3 innings. He struck out 15, walked 14, and has surrendered 15 hits. He has a whip of 1.43. In his last outing against Corvallis, he went 3 innings, surrendering 2 runs, both earned on 3 hits, 1 walk, and 1 strikeout. As the first pitch, swing and a miss to Martin Grudzelanek. 0-1 on the tight slider. Sutton from Vancouver, Washington, 6'3" and 170 pounds. Sutton's got some really good stuff for the Black Bears, and with all the guys leaving, he's a candidate to come and join the starting rotation. As another swing and a miss, same pitch to Grudzelanek, makes it 0-2. Well, we know from Miles Davis's outing that this team doesn't handle sliders all too well. So let's see if Sutton will give him a third in a row. Martin makes the call. Sutton agrees. He sets near the belt. Runner on third and 2 down. He delivers. There it is again, and not as tight. There was a little more lateral movement that time, and Grudzelanek able to get the bat head on it just barely and keep the count 0-2. We sit in the top of the 7th with 2 down. The Yakima Valley Pippins with 2. The Counts Black Bears 1. Both teams with just 3 hits. It's been a pitcher's duel through and through. The runner on third is Liam Hadakanaka's responsibility. As Sutton sets, gets ready for the 0-2. Kicks, fires, slider, swing, and a miss, strike 3. Carter Sutton able to come on in and clean things up. And gets the swinging strikeout for the final out of the inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left aboard. It's stretch time here at David Story Field. And right after that, we'll be back at you with your Black Bears coming to bat, trying to make up this 1-run deficit right here on YouTube and KEDO. Bottom 7 now after a little take me out to the ball game here, and we're glad that you've decided to join the ball game here over the airwaves or online, however you wish to consume here. We're in the bottom of the 7th. Pippins 2, Black Bears 1, Shepard, Radomski, Bailey all coming up to the plate. Shepard is 0 for 2. He struck out and lined out, but this is the 3rd time that he's seeing Kuykendall. And the way things go in baseball, the traditional trend is that the more times a batter sees a pitcher, the more the advantage goes to the batter. So let's see if that'll play true in this smaller sample size. Shepard did belt one the first time, but right at Plante. As Kuykendall winds, fires, curveball, and a high chopper fielded nicely by Marenko. Shuffles his feet, fires to first, and just beats the 6'6" first baseman by a step to send him down for out number 1. So now 12 Black Bears in a row have been retired as Johnny Radomski comes on up. Radomski 1 for 2 with a single and a ground out today. Whole new starting outfield today from yesterday. And Radomski taking advantage of that, getting his first start in center field as he takes a breaking ball on the inside corner. Strike 0-1. Now yesterday from left to right. As the next pitch comes on in the 0-1. Swing and a miss, 0-2. It was Henry Mensch, Brock Mortensen, and Jacob Stinson. Now today from left to right is Sean Mulcair, Johnny Radomski, and Jace Bailey. Righty, down 0-2. Radomski chokes up on the bat. Here comes the curveball, and that hit him right on the inside. So Radomski works his way aboard for the second time today. And he becomes the tying run waiting for the Black Bears over on first base.
Up now, number 12, Jace Bailey.
So Jace Bailey digs his way into the left-hander's batter's box. 0 for 2 with a flyout and a strikeout. As now Keegan Wright starting to get ready in the Black Bears pen. Bailey with some power, especially with the wind not blowing hard today. He might be able to take one out to right if he can find the right pitch. Takes one away, 1-0. Top of the order coming right up next, and certainly hoping that they can contribute and help them out. The Black Bears only score 4.2 runs per game, but only one today as the 1-0 Radomski goes. Swing and a miss by Bailey. Here's the throw, not in time. So Radomski is in there. And now a runner in scoring position for the Black Bears. Big fan of the stolen base. It's such a great tool to use. You don't have to give up an out for it if you play your cards right. Black Bears now with their third stolen base of the contest. Looking for Bailey to come through for him right now. Facing a 1-1 count. And he deals. Breaking ball, cut on a miss. Bottom fell right out of it, 1-2. Jace Bailey is hitting 111 with runners in scoring position this year, just 2 for 18. Trying to increase that number right now. As the 1-2 swung on and tapped just backwards foul, so he was able to catch up on that. 12-6 by Kuykendall.
Commercial and residential online at hamerelectric.com.
As it's not the greatest curveball in the world, but you know what it succeeds at? It's so hard to square one up against him, and that's why the Black Bears only have 3 hits today. It is an excellent pitch by Kuykendall. So 1-2, check the swing. He did not go. 2-2. There's a lot of Pippins fans here today, or at least sitting beneath me. Hey, that's cool. We have everybody come to the ballpark. We had Miles Davis's family there yesterday, so now we got Kuykendall's family on the crowd mic today. It's a 2-2, breaking ball popped up on the right side in the infield. Hustling in is Marenko, and he makes the grab to send him away for out number 2. So again, he has put the sunglasses on, and that's what he needed earlier. As Brock Bozette comes up, looking to go 2 games in a row with 2 runs batted in, and this might be it for Kuykendall. Now he's getting a meeting from the pitching coach, Kelly Fitzpatrick. Talk about how to attack Bozette, one of the tougher batters in this order. And while they're chatting, we'll once again give you around the league scores. Yakima Valley lead the Black Bears 2-1 in this game. Corvallis still up 3-1 on Portland now in the top of the 7th, and in the top of the 4th, Walla Walla with a 2-1 lead on Port Angeles. Bellingham and Bend will play the final game of their series at 5:05 p.m. at Vince Guenna Stadium. Yesterday, Bend had a straight steal of home. The left-hander at the plate give them a lead, and then they would never surrender it. So that's one way to manufacture a run. As Bozette gets ready to face off against Kuykendall for the 4th time. And first pitch he saw, he took into the seats out there in left field, and then since then walked and lined out to deep right center. Now ready to go, righty-righty matchup. A huge at-bat for the Black Bears here as the first pitch up and in, 1-0. Bozette, one of the better Black Bears this season with runners in scoring position. There's a reason that he's got 21 runs batted in. He's hitting .314 with men on base and laces one to third. They check the runner, now they fire to first, and they got Bozette. So Kuykendall does what he does and gets another ground out and puts him down for the final out of the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. One left to board. Top of the 8th coming up. Black Bears trail at 2-1. The Pippins coming to bat right here on 99.1 FM, 1400 AM, KADO, Longview, Kelso, and the Counts Black Bears YouTube channel. Top 8. Top of the Pippins order. Keegan right down there on the mound, so that's it for Carter Sutton today. Let's see what he did. He came in and retired the only 2 batters he faced. One by way of strikeout, and the other one, I believe it was a flyout. Actually, we can check that right here. Hey, no, it was a ground out. My mistake. Oh, yeah, it was to Matthew Schwartz. That's right. So Liam Hadakanaka also has his book closed and pitched a third of an inning, allowing 1 hit, nothing else. Also striking out a batter as now Keegan Wright comes on and will make another appearance for the Black Bears. This is now going to be number 15, tying him up with Michael Benz. And there's a reason they send him out time and time again. He's been one of the best relievers on this team, and a big reason why they have one of the top pitching staffs in the West Coast League. And 14 appearances, he's tossed 14 innings, struck out 13 to a whip of 2, so a little high, but he does have just an ERA of 2.57, and he has a 2-0 record with a save. First one from right, lifted in the air to very shallow left. Digging in his Mulcair, slides, and he makes the grab. Sean Mulcair, the infielder, comes in and makes the grab with that shallow fly ball to send him down for out number 1. That's Sean Mulcair's first game in the outfield for the Black Bears this season.
Up now, number 12, Blake Dickman.
And showing he can be yet another option for them out there. So here's Blake Dickman, 1 for 2. He's walked, singled, and struck out. First time against Keegan Wright, though, who kicks, fires, curveball, misses high, 1-0. And the 1-0, curveball on the outside corner this time, and gets that call 1-1. Yeah, taking a look over here, Sean Mulcair on the season. It's his first start in the outfield. As it's grounded hard and just past the diving Bozette into left for a single. So Blake Dickman is 2 for 2 in his last 2 at-bats. As Noah Williamson will step up, he's 0 for 2, a pair of strikeouts on the outside of a walk.
Up now is number 40, Noah Williamson.
So Noah Williamson, who finally got on base in the plate appearance before, will double tap the plate and get ready to go. Keegan looking for a ground ball here, and the first pitch is down and outside, so that's why he was trying to locate it there, but missed in the other batter's box, 1-0. Williamson, certainly a menacing presence up there at the plate. Yeah, not pleasant. That's for sure, especially if you're his opponent. 6'3" and 220 pounds. Big power hitter, leads the West Coast League with 6 big flies. As the pitch to him, curveball, missed upstairs. 2 balls and no strikes. The issue for Wright this year is he's been giving up just a little bit too many hits. A lot of base runners surrendered. In his last appearance, though, he did let 3 get on, struck out 1, and allowed an unearned run. 2-0. Is low, 3-0. As Blake Dickman starting to creep over at first base, taking a bigger and bigger lead each time. As action going on in the pen for the Pippins. 3-0. There's a strike, 3-1 right on the outside edge from Keegan Wright. 2 runs, 4 hits, no errors, 4 left for Yakima Valley. For Cowlitz, 1 run, 3 hits, no errors, and 6 left aboard. They've been having trouble getting base runners today. Really, both teams have. As Keegan's 3-1, curveball, there it is on the inside corner, and he's able to battle right back into this count. 3-2. And now time called by John Poland, the home plate umpire. No Williamson, I don't think, called it. I think Poland just needed it for himself there. Mark Wanarovich warming up in the Black Bears pen in case Wright gets into any trouble. Also, they'll use him in the 9th inning. The game stays close as the payoff pitch comes in and it's fouled back. Williamson just got a piece of it. And almost struck out again in this series, including the 2 today. Williamson has struck out 7 times in his 8 at-bats. Just has the 1 walk to get on bases. The 3-2 is grounded softly up the middle. Could be 2. Schwartz picks it up, bobbles it, and then picks it back up. Now fires over to first. He's going to be safe, but Schwartz is able to collect the out at second. So a good recovery by Schwartz there. So they at least get the 4 unassisted fielder's choice, and now there's 2 down with Willie Lajoie stepping up. So now they're having a quick talk over whether or not he had possession of the baseball when he touched second. From where I see it, it looked like Schwartz did have it because he was able to then step up and make that throw. So now Ulrich heads on back to the dugout, and with 2 away, here comes Willie Lajoie, who again has been the whole offense for the Pippins today. 1 for 3, a home run, a strikeout, and a ground out. First pitch from Wright is low for a ball, 1-0. Martin able to smother it and trap it under his body. All 3 runs today have come by way of the long ball, the 2-run shot by Lajoie and the solo home run by Brock Bozette. Williamson with a very shallow lead off the bag over at first base. As Wright slide step delivery induces a tapping foul ball that'll slowly roll toward the Black Bears dugout. 1-1 coming up. Black Bears' next game will be at 6:35 p.m. on Tuesday. So start a 3-game series against the Portland Pickles. The first of just 6 divisional games for them in the second half. The other 18 will come against the North Division. And you can get tickets to those games at CowlittsBlackBears.com as Wright misses high there, 2-1. That's been a pitch that he likes to try to get in there, the high curveball, but he's been leaving it up a bit today. And now Wright's 2-1. Breaking ball ripped, but foul on the left side. And Black Bears catch a bit of a break as Lajoie certainly barreled that one up, but was just a little early on it.
TDN is also a proud Black Bears
So
partner.
now let's see if Wright wants to go outside with the next one with the deuces wild count. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 away. Williamson with a shallow lead off the bag at first, just about 8 feet off, being held on by Shepard as the 2-2 is swung on, grounded to third. Bozette picks it up. He's going to fire across the diamond. Shepard with the grab, and he's retired for the final out of the inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. 6 more outs offensively for the Black Bears to try to get things done. And in the bottom of the 8th, they'll lead it off with Fung, Ogata, and Martin right here on KEDO and YouTube. All right, so here we go in the bottom of the 8th inning. Pippins 2, Black Bears 1, and on the mound now is Landon Shire for the Yakima Valley Pippins. He's 6'5", 240 pounds, a big guy from San Diego, California, right-hander. And he'll be asked to try and grab a 6-out save for Yakima Valley. And you might think to yourself, wow, that's a lot, but for Shire, that's just business as usual for him. He's made 4 appearances since joining the team on July 1st. And in each of them, he has recorded a 6-out save. One against Port Angeles in a 4-3 win, one against Bend and a 3-1 win. Another at Walla Walla, 6-3 victory, and at Bellingham, a 3-2 win. Only allowed 1 run on the year. That was against Bend. It was earned, and on the year he has a 1.12 ERA in 8 innings, 8 strikeouts, 4 walks, 2 hits allowed, and a whip of .75. And certainly a challenge for the Black Bears as Matty Fung looks to do a little damage here. Fung's got a double. The Black Bears actually had back-to-back extra base hits to start the game, but only have the 1 run as Brock Bozette had that single as Fung grounds one over to second. Spencer Marenko there. Kind of short arms the throw, but it's in there to send him down for out number 1. Let's see if Case Ogata can slug the Black Bears back into this one. He's got the power. He's 0 for 3 today with a pair of groundouts and a flyout. No wind coming in right now, so this is a good opportunity for Case to take one into left field. And Shire's first one. Ooh, Ogata was definitely trying to do it that time as he cuts on and misses 0-1. Black Bears have started off 2-0 in the second half, have already won the series, looking for their first sweep of the year. The 0-1. Fastball on the outside corner, 0-2. Shire throws a lot of fastballs, so that should help the Black Bears, but again today, just not having the same sticks that they've had the first 2 contests. 0-2. And Ogata fouls one back into the netting. No balls and 2 strikes as Shire continuing to pump things through with that fastball. Cleanup man Dawson Martin will come on up, followed by Matthew Schwartz. And Shire's 0-2. Ogata hits one in the air to right field. Shallow. Hooking towards the line, running over, and diving is Williamson and cannot come up with it. So Ogata will live to fight another pitch. So Williams slid down there pretty hard, but he comes up. He seems to be okay, and he'll trot right back over there to right field. So Ogata taking a long walk back over there.
Sponsor of today's game.
To the plate.
Longview Physical and Sports Therapy.
As the Black Bears will look to grab a run there, and then hopefully follow it up with some State Farm Insurance runs brought to you by your local agents here in Longview. Bob Beal and Scott Fisher have your back and are proud sponsors of Black Bears baseball. You can catch Bob Beal at 360-425-5432 and Scott Fisher at 360-432-9500 as another 0-2 to Ogata forthcoming. He deals and almost spikes it down and outside, 1-2. So that's it for Kuykendall. We didn't give the line on him. And he had a great outing, surrendered just the 1 run and was earned on 3 hits, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts, and through 92 pitches, 63 strikes at 68.5%, as now he goes for the slider, but misses away. Now evens the count up at 2-2 to Ogata. There's 1 down in the bottom of the 8th. Base is empty for the Black Bears as runners have come at a premium for both sides today. Black Bears have only had 7 base runners. And Ogata taps one foul. Staying alive, a long plate appearance against Shire here. Seen 7 pitches, we'll see at least 8. Case potentially with his last chance to extend his 4-game hitting streak, and his family out over there in the left side grandstands. The 2-2, and it's up the middle, and there it is, a 5-game hitting streak for Case Ogata as he singles there right up the middle and represents the tying run with Dawson Martin coming to bat.
Up now, number 16, Dawson Martin.
And now the other half of the Get Beefy duo. Coming in to pinch run is Toriano Sweet. That's something that they started lately. Actually, they have T-shirts that say Get Beefy, and then a couple of fans yesterday made him a sign. It was great. They took a picture with it. And Sweet certainly with some wheels. Let's see if they try and send him now. Toriano. I'd love to see he and Riku Nishida race because he's one of the faster guys on the team. As the first pitch is off the plate, 1-0. So Toriano with 8 swipe bags and 9 tries. From Jackson State University, 5'10", 205 pounds. Can score on a hit to the gap from Martin if he's got one in him. Martin's 0 for 1, walked, hit by a pitch, and grounded out. Next one to him is high and away, 2-0. That one did catch the outer edge of the plate, but missed a little bit upstairs as now James Bradwell is starting to get warm for the Black Bears. If the Black Bears tie it or take the lead, they'll send Bradwell in. If not, probably go with Wanarovich. As the 2-0. 3-0 outside, and Martin now way ahead in the count with Matthew Schwartz waiting on deck. 1 down here in the bottom of the 8th. After Case Ogata extended his hitting streak, Toriano Sweet has taken over on the base paths. Nice 11-foot lead off the bag for him. And the 3-0. Low ball 4, back-to-back base runners for the Black Bears that now have the tying run in scoring position for Matthew Schwartz. He's 0 for 3 today.
Up now, number 4, Matthew Schwartz.
Schwartz has made some solid contact, hasn't been able to find his way through the infield, but if he can do it here, they'll tie everything up. It's grounded out to the pitcher, the shortstop, and struck out. Second baseman Marenko is playing pretty close over to the bag there, looking for that double play ball, so trying to keep Sweet close. And Shire kicks, fires outside. 5 straight pitches off the plate for him, 1-0. I did mention Shire has 4 walks and 4 appearances. That's not that many, though. 4 through 8 innings. Big lead for Dawson Martin at first base, too, not being held on. 1-0, that's a strike on the inside corner, 1-1. As Schreier able to get one over the plate. He's now throwing 15 and 8 for strikes. Sean Mulcair on deck, preparing to make some noise. Black Bears hoping to have at least 1 run in by the time he comes up to the plate. And Sweet heads for third. A double clutch by Dickman, and he's unable to get anything out of it, so the Black Bears get 2 more stolen bases for Sweet. That's his 9th of the year. For Martin, it's his 2nd of the season, end of the ball game. And now Matthew Schwartz with a 1-2 count, but with the tying run in scoring position and the go-ahead waiting on second base in scoring position as well. 1-2, big spot for Matthew Schwartz. Shire kicks, fires, and it's fouled back, so Schwartz able to fight one off. So the Black Bears really getting the running game going today, doing everything they can to put them in a good spot to score some runs. Now it's up to them to do it with the bats. They've done it on the base paths and on the mound to put themselves in position to win.
Here's the 1-2 to Schwartz.
Shire with a long look, kicks, fires, 1-2, way high and outside. Easy take for Schwartz, 2-2. Shire certainly throws the ball hard, but it's been missing high and outside to a lot of these Black Bears. A lot of wild pitches from Yakima Valley in the first couple of games. Dickman's done everything he can to block today. 2-2. Breaking ball, and Schwartz was ready for it as he laces it foul. We'll do it again. A 6-pitch plate appearance for the Black Bears shortstop. So Shire now almost up to 20 pitches after retiring the first batter. On the first pitch, that was Matty Fung. 2-2. Swing and a foul tip, and they say that it did go in the glove of Dickman. And Schwartz sent down on strikes for out number 2. So now it's going to be up to Sean Mulcair to get the Black Bears on the board for the second time today and for the first time since the first inning. Mulcair 0 for 3. Strikeout and a pair of lineouts. Honestly, if Mulcair just hit the ball a little softer one of the other times, he would have had 2 hits. Lefty against the right-hander Shire. First pitch. Hits him on the knee, and Sean Mulcair will go on over to first base, and now they're loaded up for Jaden Shepard, who is known for punishing fastballs.
Make some noise now for number 32, Jaden Shepard.
So Shep with runners in scoring position this season, hitting just 152, but he has 10 runs batted in, as now they're going to have another Chad out there on the mound with him. As Matty Fung was out almost immediately, 1 pitch, 1 out. Case Ogata belted one up the middle for a single. Dawson Martin worked a smart walk, and Sean Mulcair now gets hit by a pitch on the knee. And honestly, Jaden Shepard doesn't have to hit the ball if he can work a walk against Shire, who's been a little wild today. The Black Bears can go ahead and at least tie this game. Shire is 4 for 4 in save opportunities, as you can probably hear it over the loudspeakers a little bit. The Black Bears will try to provide a little 38 special of their own at the plate. 6'6", 210 pounds from Ohlone College against 6'5", 240 pounds for Landon Schreier. Big spot here. First pitch. Swing and a miss. And the count 0-1. Schreier from Angelo State University. Hails from San Diego, California. Against another California guy. 0-1. Downstairs and outside. Good take by Shep, 1-1. Jaden Shepard has worked his share of walks this season. He does have 10. That is tied for third on the team with Henry Mensch. He won't chase many fastballs. He might chase a curve here and there, but fastball, no. So the next one, high above his belt, 2-1. Now the Black Bears crowd starting to get behind him like they were last night. Bleachers are filled up over here on a Sunday afternoon. Plenty of fans in the grandstands as well. 2 balls a strike. The Black Bears with a chance to tie it and take the lead here with 2 down. Next one to Shepard. Curveball, cut on and missed. And now a 2-2 count. And the Black Bears' best opportunity to tie this ball game. Shire has loaded the bases on a single, a walk, and a hit batter. 2-2 count to Jaden Shepard. Shire comes set, looks at the runners real quick, kicks, delivers, breaking ball low, and now a full count. Shepard refused to take and chase that curveball. Big payoff. Can go one of two ways right now, either a runner and out. He deals, and actually, well, goes that secret third option, the foul ball. I guess in baseball, there's really never just two things that can happen. So we'll do it again. A nice at-bat for Shepard. Hitting in the 7th spot today, Johnny Radomski on deck, hoping that he'll be able to come up this inning. Three balls, 2 strikes, kicks, fires. Shepard scoops one into shallow right, hooking foul, and that will land near the bullpen. So again, Shepard able to keep himself alive. And the Black Bears have Bradwell if they take the lead or tie it, and Wanarovich if it stays a 2-1 game. Although they might go Bradwell either way now, as I haven't seen either of them thrown in a little while. It all depends on this at-bat here. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. He deals, and Shepard, he got him. Strike 3. He watches strike 3 go right by him on the inside corner, and that'll end the inning here. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 3 left on base as Mark Wanarovich comes on in for the 9th. Top 9 coming up. Pippins 2, Black Bears 1, and the Pippins coming to bat right here on YouTube and KEDO.
All right, we have our golf. We're going to try and golf through these buckets.
Top 9 as the Black Bears look to keep it a 2-1 deficit. They trail the Pippins as Chaz Myers, Mason Marenko, and Austin Plantea will come up against the new arm and Mark Wanarovich for the Black Bears. So Wanarovich will come on in and make yet another appearance for this team. He's really been busy for them.
Good for you.
And it'll be a relief appearance, or game number 14 rather. He made 1 start in there as well, as we will give you the final numbers on Keegan Wright. Wright came in and threw 1 inning of scoreless baseball, just the 1 hit, and no walks, no strikeouts for him. 16 pitches, 10 strikes at 62.5%, as the Black Bears have struck out 12 Pippins today. And Wanarovich will look to keep that trend going. He struck out all 3 to close out yesterday's game. Struck out the side, now back out there again. He's thrown 16 in the 3rd inning, struck out 19, pitches to a whip of 1.05 and an ERA of 3.86. So now Wanarovich will come on against a pair of righties and a lefty. And Myers, still the only Pippin to not strike out today, has walked, flied out, and lined out in today's contest. Cowlitz had a golden opportunity to score, as they had plenty of runners in scoring position, included bases loaded and 2 down, and Jaden Shepard watched strike 3 go right by him on a close pitch inside, was looking for ball 4 and didn't get it. First pitch from Wanarovich, fastball just a little outside, 1-0. Wanarovich, another strike thrower for the Black Bears, 63.7%. And for first pitch is 65.2%.
It was actually 11 strikeouts for Isaac Martinez and 2 hits against him. And then Liam Hadakanaka came on, started the 7th inning, gave up a triple to Mason Rand.
And now the 1-0. inside 2-0. And Martinez had such a sensational start today. 10 Ks for him. Hada Kanaka with 1 K and Carter Sutton with 1. So Wanarovich falls behind to the DH for Yakima Valley. And the 2-0. Wanarovich deals, and a breaking ball is a strike on the outside corner, 2-1. Another righty for the Black Bears coming out of the pen. They used 2 lefties to start the game, then went Sutton, Wright, and Wanarovich. 2-1 is hit hard and foul down the third base line. One veered foul about 80 feet down the line, and we'll have a 2-2. Wanarovich does pitch to strikeout, so a good matchup for him against these Pippins. Again, he struck out all 3 that he faced in last night's game to close out that victory. And the 2-2 popped up and foul behind the plate, out of play. 5 pitches for Mark and 3 for strikes. Don't forget to stay tuned right after the final out of this ball game to catch the Cowens Black Bears post-game show brought to you by the Daily News, as we'll give you an interview with the player, wrap things up, and get you ready for the series against Portland starting on Tuesday. Again, brought to you by the Daily News, as the 2-2 is fouled back again. So 3 straight foul balls for Chaz Myers.
Oh, look out.
Myers certainly one of the more potent batters in this order. Came into the game hitting .296 with 11 doubles. That leads the team. 19 runs scored for him as well. That's second on the squad behind Noah Williamson, who has 26. And the 2-2. Inside with the fastball, zipped about 2 inches in, and the count now full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. And the former Pippin in full counts throws a strike 53.3% of the time, and now is another one to add to it. This is his 16th full count that he's been in this season. Myers not making it easy. A lot of foul balls up there at the plate, just wasting away, and especially for relief pitchers that like to work quickly and get fast outs. Certainly can be a little frustrating as the payoff is again wasted backwards, and the count stays 3-2. Another arm warming up in the pen for the Pippins, a righty. Well, they cannot make out his number yet until he turns around, but maybe Shire won't be tasked for a 6-out save after all. As 3-2 is fouled back. 6 foul balls for Myers in this 10-pitch plate appearance. So still nobody out. Bases clear on the top of the 9th. There have been no runs since the first inning. It looked like we were going to have a slugfest here. But after that first inning, no runs have scored. The Black Bears have gotten 2 hits, and 3 hits have gone through for the Pippins, as this one skied into left and fouled away again. Home run by Willie Lajoie. 2-run shot in the first inning was the only damage done for the Pippins, and a solo shot for Brock Bozette on the first pitch of the ball game for the Black Bears offense was how they got their run. And now the payoff again. High and tight ball 4, and Myers works a 12-pitch walk to start off the top of the 9th. And here comes Mason Marenko, who's 1 for 3 with a strikeout sandwich between a flyout and a triple.
Up now is number 24, Mason Marenko.
And now they'll play the pinch runner game and put Alex Fernandez on. He led off in yesterday's game, and Fernandez has 1 stolen base in 2 tries. Takes a big lead off the bag on first base. Wanarovich looking for a ground ball. First one, curveball to Marenko, popped up to shallow center field. Radomski hustles in. Fung also in there, now drifting towards right, and it pops out of his glove. He picks it up, makes a quick throw to second on the hop, and Schwartz can't come up with it. So the Cowens Black Bears with 2 opportunities to make it out there, and neither can get the job done, so an error, costly one by Matty Fung. Puts a man on base. And now a pinch hitter coming on in. So a scary moment for the Black Bears. Matty Fung, who is always so good over there at second base, not only mishandles the pop-up, but also can't complete the throw over there to Schwartz. As now pinch hitter coming on in, it's Alex Shanks.
Up to bat right now is number 5.
And Corey Keir going to go talk to Wanarovich. Shanks is 1 for 6 against the Black Bears with a pair of strikeouts. And on the season, hitting .228 with 18 hits and 79 at-bats, 5 doubles, a triple, and a home run. As Keir talks to Wanarovich, will again go around the West Coast League as Corvallis now up just by 1, 3-2 on Portland in the top of the 8th. Goss Stadium at Coleman Field, the site of that contest. And the Sweets and Lefties all tied up at 2 in the top of the 6th at Civic Field. So big situation now with the right-hander at the plate. And yeah, they might have Shanks drop one down here. Why not? Plante, who was 0 for coming into the game, or coming into this at-bat. So the deliberation now disperses, and we're ready to go. So Wanarovich on the mound from the extreme third base side. Shanks squares around Bozette, playing way in, as is Jaden Shepard, as this popped up and grabbed by Dawson Martin. So a clutch play there on the popped up bunt, and they put one down here in the top of the 9th.
Number 37, Chase Graves.
So now Chase Graves up 0 for 3, a ground out and a pair of Ks for him. So not sure if Graves is going to drop one down now. As Wanarovich sets, doesn't pay too much mind to the base runners and fires a curveball on the upper part of the zone for a strike, 0-1. Mason Marenko on first base reached on an error. Alex Fernandez pinch running on second base as the 0-1. Check the swing, gets away from Martin. 5-fuls him, and that'll allow the runner to go to third. Wild pitch, that one was a little low, so now another run just 90 feet from home for Yakima. So now the bunt becomes another viable option for Graves if he wants to. 1-1, they try the pickoff throw, not in time. Wanarovich might also just be trying to get his bearings back in. He needs a ground ball desperately on this pitch here. Mason Marenko with 3 stolen bases on the season as a strike taken by Graves, 1-2. So Marenko is 3 for 3, certainly a threat over there. And now Dawson Martin calling out a different first and third play. So probably different with 2 strikes. Let's see what Wanarovich goes with. You might see that tight curve downstairs against Graves, who's already struck out twice today. Big lead by Marenko, and the 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Wanarovich blows a fastball right by him upstairs, and now 2 down in the top of the 9th as both of these teams walking a tightrope wire. Martin and Gardzalanik has a ground out sandwiched between a couple of strikeouts today.
Up now, number 35, Bryce Martin Gardzalanik.
All of the runs have been scored in the first inning. Nothing since then, as the first one for Wanarovich is low. Tried to be pulled up by Martin, but nothing doing. 1-0. Calitz will send up Radomski, Bailey, and Bozette to try to come on back. And now the 1-0. Check the swing. Did he go? No, he did not, as Gardzalanik's bat head did not cross the front plane of the plate. 2 balls and no strikes to Gardzalanik. 90 feet from home is Fernandez. Mason Marenko is waiting on first, being held on by Shepard as a 2-0 comes in from Wanarovich, and that's high and outside. 3 balls and no strikes. Riku Nishida hustling out to the bullpen to relay a message out there. It's Wanarovich in danger of loading up the bases with the top of the order coming on up. Another 3-0. There's a strike. Took a little off the fastball and hits the outside corner. 3-1. The Black Bears want to win this one today. They're going to have to walk it off. And right now the pitching staff trying to just keep it a 1-run deficit. And the 3-1. Swing and a miss as Martin Grzelanic probably swung at ball 4 there. Now the count full. 2 on, 2 out, top 9. 2 for the Pippins, 1 for the Black Bears. Martin Grzelanic at the plate in a full count.
Runners on the corners with a full count. Bryce Martin, Grzelanic, 2 outs here in the top of the 9th inning. Pippins up 2-1.
Wanarovich looks at the runner on first base, not being held on by Shepard anymore. He'll be off on the pitch. He deals and misses high, ball 4. Try to blow the fastball by him, and now the base is loaded with 2 down, and Spencer Marenko comes up, though he's 0 for 4. Coming into the game, Spencer hitting just .218, and that number's fallen down. As he's now 12 for 59, a .203 average for him. He's 0 for 4 in today's contest and 0 for 10 against the Black Bears. 6 strikeouts in there as well, as the first pitch is high, 1-0. Wanarovich, 25 pitches this inning, 15 strikes. 1-0. 2-0, just a little off the outside edge, and Wanarovich having a tough time finding the zone now. In a situation where the Black Bears desperately need him to come up with a big pitch. 2-0. Breaking ball strike as finding a little bit more success with his curveball command now. Let's see if he goes back to it 2-1. The problem there is if the other team knows that, you might get a little predictable. So let's see if he can still fool Marenko now with the 2-1 breaking ball, if that's indeed what he decides to do. And he delivers. It is that pitch and gets a swing and a miss. Evens it up now at 2-2. Mark Wanarovich this season in 2-2 counts has thrown a strike 83.9% of the time. Let's see if he can do it again. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down, bases loaded, and misses down and away. Another full count as Wanarovich has to throw a fastball or something over the plate right here. You imagine it's got to be the fastball now as the payoff is laced foul. We'll do it again. It was indeed that fastball as Marenko spoiled it on the right side, and will keep the count full 3-2. I see some Black Bears that didn't start the game with some bats in the dugout, so we might get to see Jacob Stinson or Mortensen as this one belted and over to right. Another long at bat as Wanarovich up to 31 now. 2 runs, 4 hits, no errors, 5 left for Yakima. For the Black Bears, 1 run, 4 hits, 1 error, and 9 left on base. Another payoff. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Wanarovich claps over towards the Pippins dugout after that and bends but does not break as he's able to get himself out of the inning. No runs are allowed in that frame by Wanarovich. But again, certainly made him sweat. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 3 left to board. Bottom of the 9th, Black Bears coming to bat. See if they have some walk-off energy in them. You won't want to miss it right here on YouTube and KEDO. So the Black Bears going to use their bench now as Jacob Stinson going to pinch hit for Johnny Radomski to lead off the inning. Jacob Stinson was hit in the ankle in yesterday's game. As now suddenly I cannot find. There we go. And they were going to give him a full day off. He said he was good to go. So they'll put him on up here. Stinson, the second best hitter by average for the Black Bears, hitting .295 and on base of .386. He's worked 11 walks, has 26 hits. That leads the team in 101 plate appearances, 88 at-bats. Also 8 extra base hits for him, as the first one is skied to right center. Marenko is there and makes the grab, so 1 pitch, 1 out. But that's exactly how the last inning started, and then Shire got into some trouble. And now pinch hitting for Jace Bailey, going to be Riku Nishida. Brock Bozette on deck. Nishida, .246 on the season, but leads the team with a .405 on base. Slugging of .295. He has 15 hits and 61 at-bats, a double, a triple, and 5 runs batted in. Has also scored 8 times, has a great eye. So he takes one outside, 1-0. Nishida tied with Brock Bozette before the game started with 14 walks. 1-0. Swing and a miss at that inside offering to the Mount Hood Community College left-hander. Black Bears need Nishida to get aboard here, with Bozette and Fung waiting on deck. 1-1. 2-1, way high and outside. The bases were loaded in the last inning after Shire, in this order, allowed a base hit, a walk, and a hit batsman. So the 2-1. 3-1, and Nishida way ahead in the count. Also a danger on the base paths. 3 balls, 1 strike. Ball 4. Riku Nishida is aboard. He's the tying run. And now the go-ahead and the winning run is at the plate in Brock Bozette. He had a solo home run to begin the game. Kenny hit a 2-1 blast to end it. Nishida's got 8 stolen bases on 9 tries. Up against the fastball pitcher here. Shire versus Bozette. Bozette's also walked, lined out, and grounded out. First pitch is down and away, 1-0. Matty Fung, the lefty, waits on deck. Fung has a walk-off hit for the Black Bears. Came against Ridgefield last weekend. Came in the 11th inning. Now 1-0 is popped foul on the right side. 1 ball and 1 strike with 1 down.
Make some noise for Brock Bozette.
Wow, a lot of people running all over for that baseball. Small stampede. Each team has just 4 hits apiece now. Bozette looking for a 5th and his 2nd of the game. 1-1. Nishida goes, high chopper, and it's over the head of the first baseman and just foul. And if that one did indeed land foul, Nishida was scoring. But nothing doing there, as despite the hops of LaJoie and everything else that occurred on that play, that ball just hooked foul, as now Nishida was running so fast his left cleat came untied. I'm honestly surprised his shoes don't burn off. That's how fast that he's able to hustle around the base paths. Tough spot for Bozette, behind in the count 1-2. Shire with 38 pitches, 21 strikes. And throws over, not in time, as Nishida able to dive right back in there. Black Bears looking for their first 3-game winning streak of the season. Long look from Shire, looks in. Nishida with a huge lead off the bag at first. And there he goes for second. This is upstairs for a ball. The throw not nearly in time, as Nishida with the pop-up slide gets over there. Stolen base number 9 for Riku. So now the tying run yet again in scoring position for the Black Bears. Cowlitz today are 0 for 8 with runners in scoring position, and 0 for 10. They haven't even gotten a base runner on in scoring position either, except for the hit batter. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. Bozette just needs to lace one in the gap and swings and misses. Strike 3. And Bozette down on strikes. And Matty Fung, the last hope for his Black Bears teammates.
Up now, number 1, Matty Fung.
Now Chad Little having a conversation with Brandon Shire. A little more of a flamboyant exchange between the two, but now it's cooled off. Not quite sure what that was about, as Matty Fung, who was the hero against Ridgefield last weekend, comes on up with a chance to tie the game in 2 down. They set up down and away to him. Runner on second, Nishida. First pitch, swing and a miss by Fung, 0-1. Fung is 1 for 4. He's doubled, flied out, struck out, and grounded out. As now the 0-1 is down and in, 1-1. Big hole on the right side as they shift, or rather on the shortstop side. But Matty Fung hits the ball the other way. So they're playing him to pull, but especially with the speed of Shire's pitches, Fung is almost certain to hit the ball into left field if he makes contact. Nishida dancing around, and time called by Fung, and now time also called from the bench, so they're going to trot out and talk to Shire. Wilson Weber waits on deck. He'll get a chance if it gets to that point for the Black Bears. They have their fingers crossed that happens. As Corvallis looking to close one out against Portland. They lead at 3-2 in the top of the 9th at Goss Stadium. And Walla Walla and Port Angela still tied up at 2 in the top of the 7th at Civic Field. Bellingham and Ben will start at 5:05 p.m. Nishida dancing all around second base, as now they have Martin Grudzelanek playing right behind him. Nishida continuing to flinch. Here's the next pitch to Fung. It's a strike. 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 down. Last strike for the Black Bears. Can they score to tie this one up and potentially send us to extra innings? Nishida continuing to dance, and the next one to Fung, swing and a miss, strike 3, and Landon Shire saves this ball game. He gets his 5th 6-out save of the season as the Black Bears do not complete the sweep but still win the series 2-1, as they'll have the off day tomorrow and take on Portland at 6:35 p.m. Your winning pitcher in today's contest is Seth Kuykendall for 7 strong, and the hard luck loser is Isaac Martinez, who takes the loss despite striking out 11 for the Yakima Valley Pippins. These two teams will meet again a little bit later on in Yakima from the 27th through 29th. But the next thing for the Black Bears coming on up is a 3-game set, an all-division matchup against the Portland Pickles, which will be 3 of their 6 divisional games in the second half of the season. So that'll wrap things up here at David's Jewelry Field. Coming up next is the Counts Black Bears postgame show, brought to you by the Daily News, as we'll have a player come on up and chat with us right after this on YouTube and KEDO. Astro right here on your post-game show live on KEDO and on YouTube. And Isaac, I'm sorry, I didn't memorize your pitching stat line, so let's go through it today. You throw 6 innings, exactly 100 pitches, right on the mark. So you're looking good. And let me take the shades off too. Didn't realize they were still on. Well, this is a messy post-game show so far. Jeez, for me. Just 2 runs allowed, 10 strikeouts, 3 walks, 2 hits. After that first inning, you give up that home run, and then you settle down completely. What does it take? That sort of mental toughness. Like, kind of walk me through. What are your thoughts after you give up a home run to kind of calm yourself back down?
Yeah, it kind of got me grounded a little bit. I kind of went away from my typical approach towards the start. Got behind in counts, and talking with my parents. Our learning lesson with every single outing is just got to throw strikes.
Right.
So I got behind in counts, and of course I paid the price for it. It was a tough pitch to turn around on, but hitters count, so he was probably geared up for it. But yeah, I got grounded after the first inning and got situated with every other pitch after that. So.
Yeah, because after that, your control came back nearly 100%. No runs, barely any base runners moving forward after that. You only had the 3 walks in there today and that pair of hits. So right after that, when you have a rough start to the game, I know you mentioned that you like to go back to throwing strikes, but even beyond a home run, what other kinds, do you make any in-game adjustments moving there, or you just start to go with what feels good and then move on from there?
No, I mean, it's I think it's very important to have a good dialogue with the pitching coach, Coach Kier, and the guy behind the plate, Dawson, and we kind of were talking through the do's and don'ts and what was working, what wasn't working, and talking through it all kind of just allowed me to recognize fastball away was probably a good approach, and then go from there when I was ahead in counts. So just talking things through allowed me to kind of slow myself down and realize that I'm just pitching a baseball game out there. So it ended up working out much better in my favor.
So I believe you guys as a staff struck out 40 Pippins this series. What was working a little bit better for you guys this time around? Were you more locked in, or maybe more free swingers, or a combination of the two?
I know for me, I didn't run into that many free swingers, but I think just as a staff, we're all maturing pretty well and pretty quickly, and we're finding out what's working for us on the back end of this summer, and we're all discovering the pitchers that we are developing into. So everything's working out, and we're going in a really good direction with our staff.
So another tight game. You guys still have the best pitching staff in the league after this one. I can't imagine that, the team's whip or ERA. Well, the ERA definitely didn't go up. You had a 3 coming in, and that's going to sink down again. You're going to be the first sub-2 ERA team in the West Coast League this season.
There you go.
You had a lot of trust in the guys in the bullpen behind you. You had today a new guy, Hada Kanaka, came in, a nice side-arming lefty. Then you had your boy Sutton, who always comes in behind you.
Yep.
We had Wright and Wanarovich, so the pen's been doing the job as well. What's the vibe out there when you're hanging out there between games or before starts? Is everybody just enjoying themselves? I mean, they've been that good.
Yeah, we're all boys out there, so any guy that runs out after myself is 100% complete confidence in them, just because I know they got my back, and my job is to get their back in the beginning innings. So everybody, Mark, I'm not going to pronounce his last name just because I'm not going to butcher it.
Wanarovich.
Oh,
yeah.
No, the new guy.
Oh, the new guy.
Yeah.
Hada Kanaka.
There you go.
Yep.
And then Sutton, all those guys, Keegan, they're all my boys. So complete confidence in every arm that runs out there. So.
All right, so now 2-1 in the second half. You won the first 2 games both by shutout, only allowed 2 runs today, and you move forward against a huge series against the Pickles. That's 3 of just 6 division games, and you guys honestly were just 2 swings of the bat away from sweeping them over down there. What do you think your chances are against a tough Pickles squad coming into town on Tuesday?
I'm looking forward to these games, especially playing at our park. Our bats are waking up, our arms are even getting better, so I think we're going to be trending in a good direction over the next couple weeks as we wrap up this year. So I'm just excited to see these bats wake up. So
sounds good. All right, Isaac, thank you so much. Another great performance out of you today, and we'll look forward to more moving forward.
Sweet.
That wraps things up here on the Cowlitz Black Bears post-game show, brought to you by the Daily News. The Black Bears lose a tough one, 2-1. Isaac Martinez, he didn't deserve it, but unfortunately gets the loss today. But, hey, you also get the 10 strikeouts, which actually I was looking, that's the most you've had not only for the Black Bears, but in college this season and in college last season.
Yep.
So that must have been a lot of fun. It was certainly fun for all of us to watch. It's good to hear a lot of he got 'ems after big swings and misses. So, again, 2-1 loss for the Black Bears, but they move it in. They'll play the Portland Pickles all 6:35 games from Tuesday to Thursday. You can catch all the action right here on YouTube and KEDO. Again, that'll wrap things up on the Black Bears post-game show. From all of us here at the Black Bears, for Isaac Martinez to my left, Justin Ford behind the camera, Mark McDermott at KEDO pushing all the buttons and getting us going on the radio side. My name is Zach Smolin, and we'll see you Tuesday. Have a great rest of your Sunday afternoon and Monday, and be sure to stay frosty. Have a good one.